Mr. X in the spotlight. Twice a week, so clean. You bring the world closer with a steady little grin. Good news in the doorway and a smile from within. Facts with a gentle touch, stories we can trust. Learning with a bright heart every time you show up. X and N, keep it rolling. X and N, make us smile. Good news, good karma, all around the world, oh wow. X and N, keep it shining. Mr. X, you lead the way. 3 years strong, keep going. Happy birthday today. From one corner to another, you connect the dots with care. What is happening everywhere? You bring it back right here. Education in the message, information in the light. You leave us feeling better and the day feels right. Facts with a gentle touch, stories we can trust. Learning with a bright heart every time you show up. X and N, keep it rolling. X and N, make us smile. Good news, good karma, all around the world, oh wow. X and N, keep it shining. Mr. X, you lead the way. 3 years strong, keep going. Happy birthday today. To the channel that informs us, to the voice that lifts us up, to the news that feels like hope and fills our cups. Keep it rolling. Make us smile. Good news, good karma, all around the world, oh wow. X and N, keep it shining. Mr. X, you lead the way. 3 years strong, keep going, go. Happy birthday today.
The following is a presentation of Mr. X News Network. It's time for XNN. Objection! I said I didn't do nothing.
The following is a presentation of Mr. X News Network.
It's Mr. X News Network. It's Mr. X. I'm here with you live, and it is that time of week again. No purple background this time. I got my annoying purple light on for the beginning of the show. I decided to do it white today so it doesn't flip back and forth, but we're live here. This one's a little bit too bright, so you can see the Mr. X. We're here. We're live. We're ready to go. Monkey, turn that off. Bang. There we go. See, now without it purple, it doesn't light up as much. Anyway, who gives a shit? I'm here. I'm here with you. We're blacked out. We're ready to go live here on Mr. X News Network. Thank you for joining me. Big show for tomorrow. I hate to be the lead-in show, but sometimes I got to be. Johnny Yarborough's birthday is tomorrow. We'll have, hopefully, Johnny come up towards the end of the show. Johnny, if you're out there, I think you're out there, and we'll discuss that a little bit more. We're ready to go. Let's widen this out a little bit. You know, what the fuck? Come on, make it bigger. Get it bigger. There you go. Now make it wider so I can be backlit like that. We are live. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for being here on Mr. X News Network. Let me make this down a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. So many things going on since we last seen you here on Mr. X News Network. Guess what happened? Did a lot of scouting this weekend. Everybody doesn't think that Mr. X is working on a new movie, but I am. I was at a studio this weekend scouting a lot of other things coming up, including something big this next weekend. And of course, we'll discuss briefly what's going on Wednesday when we get there. Thank you for joining me. 3 years, the first show after the 3-year anniversary show. We're doing great. I'm always humbled when I get to this kind of stuff, and I try not to mince my words here, but every show has been better than the last, and we had a big crowd last Friday on the XNN 3-year anniversary show. It was the highest monetized show since me leaving the OTT or being removed or whatever you want to call it, without question, probably by more than double. So I appreciate you guys. I think we had a good time with some pranks and some shenanigans, and there was nothing, there was no hater stuff really. And I just appreciate you guys being here with me. I always do. Let's say hi to some people in the chat. That's right. You're saying it's 250. Somebody's probably going to say something else. Actually, it's 253 is what I see. I don't think there's a whole lot of competition going on out there, but regardless if there is or isn't, we'll take what we can get. There's Miss Texas. I was talking to Texas Granny, and I was like, yeah, I don't even know what Barbara Buffalo's name is. She's like, hey, you don't know? I was like, I don't know what Barbara Buffalo's name is. For those who know the joke, they know the joke. But yeah, Adele is here. A special friend in Michigan. That special friend being Rainbow Melon. She's what is that? A comb over? Oh, it's the back of her head. I almost look like a Trump comb over for a second. It's hard to see. Wyatt Earp is in the house. Who else is here? I saw Mean Green is here. Mean Green, I tried to do what I told you to do earlier today. I tried to call LA Pacific Division and get somebody on the phone there that would 100% clearly state that there is no Officer Rodriguez or this or that. And with that being said, I could never get anybody on the phone. Even if you call LA Pacific Division, you go through the prompts and you go push number 9 to get directly to them. And this is the one off Culver Boulevard where they have the fair, and we've gone live from there. It takes forever to get a hold of, and then it rings and rings and rings, and nobody ever gets on the phone. So I was actually doing today what I mentioned to you, and I never got anybody on the phone. But here's the big thing that I would say, and I'm not trying to bring this up right off the bat but I kind of am. There would be some kind of incident report or police report, at least in my county, if there was anything that was serious enough or significant enough to warrant that. I've talked to them before, and they said that there wasn't anything for my end. But the fact of the matter is, if you can't prove that, not you, but somebody else, then it's just all talk. So Mean Green's here. There's PZ. Hello, Raven. Raven's here too. And earlier, Rainbow Melon. We talked about Dell in Canada. There she is. That's right. And let's see. Some of these were before the show. So Texas Granny, I know that some of the super stickers we'll do like we did on the last show, because I know some of them don't come up in StreamYard if the super stickers start before the show. Say that 5 times fast. But we'll go through that. And I see the first one is actually hopefully this is the actual first one, Rainbow Melon $1.49. So that was at 2:11 p.m. I'm assuming Pacific. So just to it looks like there's 10 overall so far. We'll keep an eye on them, and if we got to go into YouTube so we don't miss anybody like last time, we will. Love you, Mr. X. Can you see my grandbaby in the avatar? Fuck, I got to take off my glasses. I see a back of a head, and I see a giant bald spot, and I see like an arm of a baby. I had to pull my glasses down to be able to see it. I don't see nothing. No, there's no bald spot there. I can kind of see something. Probably not the smartest thing to do is to show the full baby. So you're pretty smart to probably do that. Melissa is here in the house. She's here with a dog. Dog wants an itch. I saw a very sad video. There was a coyote pup that was around the neighborhoods. And you know how they have the Next Door thing? The Next Door app, and everybody's always, look, there's gunshots in the neighborhood, and they're fireworks. Or they look, here's a coyote. I'm worried about my fucking dog. Well, there was a coyote pup, and he was all mangy and like limping really bad. I felt bad for that little one, and people were like celebrating it. Fucking idiots. So, anyway, Mr. X, you see the spider guy I tagged you in? I did not see it. Donkey Dick, I did not see it, so I'm not 100%. I don't look, you might be talking about like the mentions. I haven't looked at that in a while, so I did not see that. And so De-Icer's here as well. De-Icer Dave is in the house. So is Raven. She loves her grandbaby. Now, I hope Rainbow Melon isn't taking all that money that she's making at that factory and spending it on that grandbaby. You know, Rainbow Melon, I imagine she's a pretty short. How tall are you, Rainbow Melon? Like 5'5" or something like that? I just, Rainbow Melon should just get giant fake boobs. I keep saying that over and over again on these shows, but if she just got some like triple Ds, like her arms are probably like real skinny like this, like her shoulders and her arms and her frame are real. But if she got some that were like almost so big that she could go like this and touch her own nipple, that's the kind I'm talking about. Yeah, we're back. Let's go. That's right. They're all back. Does De-Icer and Melissa know each other? I don't know. I don't know that, but Kathy Fagan is here. I spoil my granddaughters. Good. Spoil the Mr. X. That's right. You guys do, and I appreciate it. Well, as soon as I say that, I see that Monkey Girl is spoiling the Mr. X. Say hello to a few people, discuss the week's schedule on Tuesday, and how I will not be around after Tuesday. So I mentioned Johnny Yarbrough's got a big birthday show, as far as I still know, on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. I plan on being on that show. I don't know what time he's having the show yet, and we'll bring him up later, and we'll discuss all that. We'll get all that figured out. But Johnny probably will be there. I will be there as long as it's sometime after 7:15 Pacific-ish, maybe a little bit later. I don't know. I'm always traveling around, but I'm assuming you'll probably be on more than an hour or two. But anyway, the point is, yes, I will be there, as you know, and I'm going to say this at the beginning of the show at the 14, 15-minute mark, and I'm going to say it as the final thing of this show. Yes, this Wednesday, hopefully, and this is probably the fourth or fifth time I've said this, is the court case, the petition for the hearing. I am hoping it is the last ever that this is ever discussed or this is done. Win, lose, or draw. After Johnny's show on Tuesday, I will not be on any shows Wednesday. Maybe there will be an XNN Thursday night or earlier Friday. I'm not 100% sure. The reason there would be an earlier XNN on Friday or maybe even Thursday night has nothing to do with what's going on Wednesday, but it has more to do with the content that I'm already got set up and things that I already have planned and paid for this weekend. So I don't want to say what it is because I want it to be a surprise, and it's something pretty crazy, something I've never seen before, something I've never done before. I mean, I've kind of done it, but not like this. Nobody knows what this is. I even told Texas Granny what this is. Nobody. So the idea is to either maybe go Thursday night on XNN or maybe Friday earlier-ish. So I don't 100% know. So let me also clearly state this about this court case on Wednesday. I'm not telling you where to go. I am not suggesting that anybody, I don't care if it's people that are currently like the Mr. X or used to work with the Mr. X, is that I'm suggesting that nobody, being very clear here at the 16-minute mark, to be in that virtual courtroom, restream it in any ways. Do not do that. Do not disseminate the information. Nobody is speaking for me or Mark Terry in that capacity. And I have the authority to say for Mark Terry that he suggests nobody be involved or restreaming, and anybody who does that has nothing to do with him or the Mr. X. It has been brought up to the attorney that there are some people discussing this online, and that might be addressed right off the bat. I don't know how that'll work, but we are suggesting everybody to stay far away, and we'll go from there. No matter what, win, lose, or draw. And there's a possibility. You never know. You have a possibility that could lose this petition. The bottom line is it's not like losing in a case where you would have to pay tens of thousands of dollars, say, for example, for a bastard paper, process service. It's not like a small claims court or a big judgment or having a lien like somebody we know in Southwest Ohio. It's nothing like that. What happens is, let's just say if this person, quote unquote, wins, they get a piece of paper and we don't ever talk about them again. We don't really talk about them anyway, unless you guys bring it up and this is an ongoing thing and people are supporting and praying for the celebrity that is the Mr. X. So I mean, I understand that. So for that part, you guys are interested in what's going on in my life, and this has been going on per them, not per us, for 120 days. So either way, we really don't plan on, we'll say, here's what happened one way or another, but we don't plan on doing anything with this person in the future. I have a feeling that there will be, the only thing that would happen would be some costs would be try to be recouped. And I heard that Jim was talking about this on Leanne's show. Jim was I did watch that, about 80 to 85% accurate about what he was saying. He's not 100%. And this whole thing where, hey, I was giving him advice so he's not a fucking attorney. He doesn't, like a lot of that stuff is like, here's my eyes rolling. And I'm like, okay. And some things, I listen to, but I kind of akin it to this. If you're an actor, okay, now hear me out on this. And your agent has to deal with a casting director, and the casting director is the middleman, okay? It's kind of the master almost of the agent to be able to get to the producer. It's the key holder to get to the producer, okay? If the agent represents the Mr. X or whoever the performer is, and I'm putting this in acting terms, but I'll move this over into legal terms in a minute to be able to put this make this make sense. Really, if I'm just one guy, the agent isn't going, if I'm the performer, the agent isn't going to buck the system and fight with the casting director if the agent has 50 other actors and 50 other actors need to get in with this same agent. They wouldn't do that just for me. Now, let's take a guy like the attorney, David Rule. You guys know who he is, Mr. Rule, the rule of law, as they call it. We are one client for him. All he does is all day, as far as I understand, I'm sure he does other things too, but his main primary thing are these restraining order hearings. And he has seen these judges over and over and over again. So I think he's kind of playing this is just my opinion, the polite, nice approach, kind of like how the agent would deal with a casting director. Because after we're done working with him, win, lose, or draw, he's going to continue to see over and over again that judge. And if that judge or any of the people in that courtroom think this guy's a jerk, that could potentially affect his business for anybody else. I mean, it's not like this is a murder trial and I'm the Michael Jackson client and I'm paying hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to be able to get off some crazy charge. It's one small thing, which, by the way, it was supposed to be one and done per the agreement. And this guy stuck the entire time for certain reasons. Maybe some point that'll be discussed later. Maybe at some point he'll even be willing to come on the show. I don't know. I really don't want to belabor this subject, but the fact of the matter is we told you to stay away from it. We told you not to disseminate it in any way. We've said this every hearing. The only person who's ever disseminated it in any way, and we got this documented and this has been submitted to the court, is Watcher of Crazy. That's already documented. It doesn't really matter. I don't think they're going to go after her, but the fact of the matter is we want nothing to do with it. And Jim is right. There was an offer last time before last hearing that said, we will eat the court costs with the attorney fees, the $3,500, if you drop this now and sign some type of declaration or petition that you were either forced into this or this, and there's no merit and you do not plan on moving forward with this again. We'll drop it. will never come after the $3,500 that is owed, and you drop the case. That was never even met with a response. So you can't say that we didn't offer and say, hey, listen, we want you to let this go. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. But there was some discussion about service and process service and what is a P.O. box and what is not a P.O. box. Jim's along the right track on that, but he doesn't have absolutely everything right. Let's also not forget that the court can also do a type of a process service because this person's information has been in the court twice in the last 2 years. So there's some other places that can be served as well. I guess we're going to find that out on Wednesday if it ends up being a win. But hey, I can tell you this. The attorney's phone is still on. His phone, tomorrow's Tuesday. If there was some type of offer, we might listen. But it's not going to be the same offer as before. That's for sure. So you could call him and there could be a negotiation, but you're playing with house money. You got no money invested in it. You got nothing to lose. I mean, the only thing that you could lose is if you lose and then you lose a small claims court case, then you would have, thousands of dollars, but you just wouldn't pay it. So, I mean, is it worth that? Is that worth it to continue this on? For what? For Watch You're Crazy or one of these people? It's not worth it. I'd let it go. Mr. Rule's number of his phone number's on. You got his email address. That's all I'm going to say. But whatever, we'll be there. So anyway, going on here and moving on. Man, this Connor McGregor fight this weekend. For people who didn't watch the UFC, I was trying very hard on Friday to have my buddy, a long-term buddy. Actually, him and I had the same agent for a number of years, Sam Hoger, who was a UFC veteran, come on the shows and potentially give updates and his picks on UFC fights. He has fought 5 times in the UFC against guys, frankly, some guys who are in the Hall of Fame. Never tapped out. He's 2-3. He was in the Ultimate Fighter reality show, the first ever one, which I believe that entire group should be in the Hall of Fame. He had 5 fights, and he's had other fights overall, but just the nicest guy that you'll ever meet. At some point in the future, he's going to come on the show. We couldn't do the timing correctly on Friday. In fact, we called 3 other people and didn't get him on the show. But I would like to have him on the show in the future before the next big UFC event, and maybe he could give us some picks. This is not some low-level New York guy that was around the Angel Gotti group. See, what Hoger tells me is, it almost reminds me of what they used to say about the blue in Breaking Bad. There's a lot of big difference between the blue, quote-unquote, meth, between the 93% and the Heisenberg in the TV show, the 96%. And that's kind of how, believe it or not, Sam Hoger discusses being in a minor league fighting group, even something like Bellator, where it's 90%, but there's a huge jump to get up to the 95 or 100% that you'd have to be an athlete to be in the UFC. Even if it's just one fight. Look at CM Punk. That's a perfect example. He had 2 fights, and he fought against low-level guys, and he got destroyed. Let alone going against, split decisions against Hall of Famers. So Hoger would know about it. And I'm looking forward. Johnny's over here now. I'm looking forward to it, having him in the show in the future. And you know what? I thought about this because I heard, why didn't Mr. X have his Hollywood friends on when we were doing the OTT? Well, I'm glad I didn't, because that person would be harassed, or would have, we could do that over here now because it's a completely separate thing. And I think some of that is starting to dwindle away. Let me also state this. I did hear that, and I can't confirm anything. I did see I was sent a screenshot that Jimmy Crablegs was somehow struck or something, or one of the videos was taken down. I don't want to say struck, but one of the videos was taken down. I have nothing to do with that. I just know of it. And then ironically, after that, I saw that he has another YouTube page or something. I don't know anything about it. I'm not part of it. I haven't struck anybody. The people who are doing that, that's up to them. I know of it, but there's no conspiracy. I'm not part of it. Let's also not forget, when you have a new YouTube page, it takes 24 to 48 hours to connect it to StreamYard. So it's not like you can go right away. The only one that you can go right away would be like the OTT if you have the RTMP code and stream key. So that one, but when you're connecting StreamYard to an actual thing like YouTube, it takes 24 to 48 hours. So anyway, so that's what I'm hearing. And I was sent a screenshot that proves that whatever video, for whatever reason, I don't know, was struck. And I haven't been watching a lot of it, but I did want to see what was being said on Leanne for legal purposes, and to be able to relay that to the attorney. And that was relayed to the attorney, and that's the way we do it. So getting back to Connor McGregor and Sam Hoger, it appears that Connor McGregor was already injured. He was, when I was looking at the line, like a plus 200. I think he opened at plus 450, which means he'd be a big underdog. And the bet went all the way down where he was almost even, like plus 155. If it's minus, it means they're a favorite. If it's plus, it means they're an underdog. Connor McGregor was an underdog in this fight. And that means a lot of the money, if they were a bigger underdog and they become a lesser underdog, that means a lot of the money was being bet on Connor McGregor. Allegedly, Connor McGregor's camp told Dana White in the UFC he was injured. And Dana White says, no refund, the show must go on. I mean, look at the bullshit that happened in that Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey fight. I mean, Conor McGregor with no legs lasted longer than that fight did. So he jumps, Conor McGregor at the beginning of the fight jumps and does some crazy kick. His knees are all fucked up. The other guy could tell, Holloway could tell. He lands a couple punches. He tries to stand up. His knee buckles and they call it. And there are people that are alleging that the UFC has partners that are betting partners. And if Holloway wins, and they know they're going to win, and this is just all alleged, that's just what's being said, it's what's being talked on, the sports books make the money. Okay? I remember when the UFC was owned by the Fertitta brothers, and obviously they had some interest in the Palms. And when the UFC was going on, I was in the Palms Casino in Las Vegas, and they had no UFC lines legally. Now, those brothers do not own it anymore. Endeavor owns it. TKO owns the UFC, just like they own the WWE. So, I could see them saying, hey, let's just let the fight go. I did bet a small little wager on it. I took over 2.5 rounds. Obviously, that lost. I figured it might go the distance. But, a lot of people aren't very happy with the recent shenanigans. I mean, it's almost like pro wrestling, some of this UFC stuff. It seems like, but you can bet 20 or 25 bucks on it. It's not going to kill you. Speaking of pro wrestling, all I know is this is glorious. This is glorious. And I have a feeling that if things go our way, what you are seeing here might actually become a reality by Friday. Maybe, just maybe, something's already been shot. What a waste that would be if things go the other way. Nobody will ever see it. But you never know. But I have a feeling something's already been shot. You'll see what I mean if we get there. Kathy Fagan is here. And so is Steffi. What's up, Steffi? So, yeah, we'll try to get that straightened out. Hoger, a good guy. So I got to get into some political news. Now, I know that this group is mostly a conservative group. And, first of all, rip Sam Neill, the actor who was in Jurassic Park, the main lead actor. He just passed away. That's not political, but a good actor. Somebody everybody likes. Guy's never really been in trouble that I'm aware of. He was in a really good John Carpenter movie called In the Mouth of Madness. So he's been around. He's been in a lot of stuff over the years, obviously Jurassic Park being the biggest. But he passed away. But I got to talk about this. Now, don't run off because I'm talking about politics for a second. There are about 4 or 5 politicians on either side of the aisle that I'm not big fans of. Ready? Nancy Pelosi. Well, let's do it over here, my left. Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newscomb. Okay? We're going to go to the left first. You know where we're going. And I'm not a big fan of Maxine Waters. And now we're going to go to the other side. Let's reset. Mitch McConnell. Oh, Schumer, not a big fan of him either. Mitch McConnell, not a big fan of his. George W. Bush, probably my least favorite politician ever. Well, let's go back to the side. Mike Bonin, the city councilman in our area here. He's the worst one ever. Okay, back to the right. Mitch McConnell. Who else is there? George W. Bush. And in that third person, guess who it is? I am no fan of Lindsey Graham. I know he passed away, but man, that guy seemed to switch up in the last number of years. And obviously, I don't want to see anybody dead, but he had some sudden illness, as you guys probably are aware, passed away. But he is on the one side of the aisle or the other of unfavorite Mr. X politicians. And, at what point, and I keep saying this over and over again, people always talk about the Mr. X being on repeat. Let me repeat this again. And, Mr. X being king for 4 years or whatever, and I can do whatever I want. There's got to be some fucking term limits. And I know that'll never, ever happen, just like I wish that there was a flat tax. But, man, Mitch McConnell, he could be dead for all we know. And he's going to retire in December. I think and I would definitely say this of Supreme Court justices. There should be term limits, and there should be a national election. Fuck this whole bullshit of why am I forgetting it now? A popular vote. It should only be a popular vote. The Electoral College, thank you for that, whoever said that. The Electoral College, I was forgetting, I got so much going on in my mind, should be gone. Because here's my problem with this. Term limits, flat tax, popular vote wins. And this includes Supreme Court justices. Here's why. I don't think it's fair to me or fair to anybody else who might be in this situation that a state, and I have no problem with Pennsylvania. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I was born not too far from it. But the Pennsylvania or one of these swing states should kind of be the final decision maker of who wins the election, because New York's going to vote one way, California is going to vote one way, and what's the fucking purpose of voting if it's an electoral college? It should just be winner takes all. No fucking electoral college. I think that's a better way to go, because the needs or whatever is going on in Idaho or Iowa or Pennsylvania are not necessarily the needs of somebody in Los Angeles or vice versa. A farmer's needs might not be somebody who's living in Culver City. I get it. Everybody's got to vote for whatever is the best interest of themselves, their family, and their business. Nobody's taken away from that from anybody. But it should just be a popular vote. And the same with the Supreme Court justices staying in until they're raggedy and hoping somebody becomes whatever the president, they try to hang on until the next president comes in that's on their side of the aisle, and then they get put. It's just a bunch of junk. I wish that could change. I think that would make the most sense. People always talking about common sense these days, but there's nobody that should be a congressman or a senator for fucking 40 years. That's ridiculous. 15, 20? Maybe. And let's get some fresh blood in there. Well, why is Nancy Pelosi, I know she's pretty much gone now, but why is she in there for like 70 years or however long she's been in there? Or Maxine Waters. It's just, you need some other people. You got to retire. That's it. We need some other fresh ideas in there. Maybe it should even be less. Governors and presidents, I think, if I'm not mistaken, only have 2 terms. Maybe that'll be changed, but I don't know. A lot of people agree with the Mr. X, and just different people who are on different sides of the aisle. I want open opinion at Supreme Court. Yeah, yeah. Well, I can understand what D-Ice are saying, but it's just a thought. I know it'll never happen, just like the flat tax. But flat tax would be great. You abolish the IRS. You know, no more doing your taxes every year. It's just, well, some people don't do them at all. So I think Nancy is gone. You know. So anyway, it's just something I thought about when I saw that Lindsey Graham had passed away. It is what it is. And by the way, these deaths, Sam Neill, Lindsey Graham, they usually come in threes. And I was going to ask you guys this in the chat. Celebrity or people who are well known, who is the third person that will die? There's usually deaths in three. Will it be Mitch McConnell? Will it be somebody we're not knowing about at all? I mean, Dick Van Dyke and Clint Eastwood, legends, but they're 100 years old, legitimately. Who is the third person that's going to pass away? Mitch? Some people are saying Mitch is already dead. He's on life support. That's what people have said. I don't know if it's true. I can't verify it. I'm not there. Some people are saying that Biden is not doing very well. I don't know if these things are true. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, De-Icer. Of all the people I know in California, and I know a lot of people, and I'm trying to be careful with that subject because of what's going on, but of the people I know, I don't know anybody who's got a real problem, and I'm talking about like in real life, a real problem with trans people, not in California. But, it's, people want to love who they love or do what they do. That's their business. That's fine. Okay. With that being said, I think all of those same people say that if it's a male, a biological male in a female sport, the Title IX and all that, everybody I know in California is against that. I have never, ever heard of anybody I directly know in real life, a person who I've met face to face, that says, yeah, this is a great idea. I've never heard of it. I've actually never heard of anybody who likes Nancy Pelosi or Gavin Newsom. Never met anybody. Nobody's ever told that to me. I've never met anybody that likes any of these things. And I'm not talking about somebody that might be on the internet or this and that, like a person that, like, yeah, you talk in a conversation, somebody's walking their dog, you pet the dog, and then you start talking, maybe you get into politics. I never heard that. I've never, ever, ever heard that. Yeah, this is a great idea. We should get. So what I think that is, De-Icer, is it makes California the bad guy, the big rich bad guy. He's got all these goofy ideas and this and that, where the vast majority of people are very similar to you. They're just, I say this all the time, and it's not like I'm breaking any new ground here. I think that you will find more people in California, especially that might be on the west side of the 405 or on the area that has a little bit more money, similar to the Mr. X, socially liberal, love who you want, marry who you want, respect to everybody. We're doing entertainment here, so sometimes we're bad guy pro wrestlers and we do a little bit of disrespect. But, do what you want. I really don't care. I don't care if there's two men's living together. That's their business. I'm not inside their body. I don't know what their feelings are. They do what they got to do. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me, although I might make jokes about it. I do have that right too. Right? So I think socially liberal, financially conservative. And I would say that a person that would want a flat tax would sound a little bit, at least in my opinion, more conservative, because I know me, if there was a flat tax and things went up because there's a higher tax, you could either spend like you're a millionaire or be a millionaire and spend no money and be cheap. I would probably be the latter. And I believe that a lot of the people in the Beverly Hills area, the Bel Air area, the place that has, frankly and arguably, the most money of anywhere in the United States per capita, per like square block, that they would say the same. They would say the same. They want to keep their money too. So, but when it comes to some of these things that are talking points, like oh, this person is in this sport. I would think most people are like, this doesn't make any sense. I got daughters. Not that I do. I'm just saying somebody might say this. I want to see my daughter compete against other biological women, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think that that's bad to say. So it is what it is. I am 2,000 miles from there, but no Clovis hosted a CIF finals. Do you know the Beth Bourne? I do not know what that is. I tell you what, De-Icer, I saw a thing. We covered it on XNN on the OTT. It was in the last couple months. It was a steroid Olympics. Like, to be in it, they wanted you to be a fucking monster. Now, I know this is something different than, gender identity, yada, yada, yada. But, like, you got more money if you broke the world record. And frankly, I would be more into that. If I go to see something like a sporting event, I was a big fan of the San Diego Padres and Tony Gwynn, and he'd hit the little. I don't think he had more than 17 home runs ever in a season, but he'd get base hits, and that's exciting and all that. And he's kind of was a chubby guy. I want to see a freak. I want to see somebody hit a 500-600-foot home run, not somebody who looks like me, get a base hit and run around the first base. You want to see freaks. And that might not fit with the other side, but if it's going to be uneven playing competition, let everybody have the steroid but this is a biological uneven. So, I mean, that's what people are saying. That's up for people to decide, but I've never really heard of that in my area. That's for sure. But, it's a big state. It's a big state. There's a lot of people. What can you do? But it's certainly not the whole state. That's for sure. I don't know who that person is, though, that you mentioned. This past weekend, it has already begun. Mr. X, with some other dear, close personal friends, went up to the San Fernando Valley. And man, thank God that these exist. And there's becoming less and less people using. And went and scouted a location, like a studio that has everything. Has a bar inside of it. Has a locker room inside of it. Has like a hotel set inside of it. It's just standing set after standing set after standing set. Kind of like how Paramount has the 5-acre New York City set inside Paramount Studios. We'll get to the merger here in a bit. But, it's like, it's very cool to see these places. And they're not that expensive. Like some of these places, they're like $100 an hour to rent. Minimum 2 hours. You don't even need to have insurance. Which obviously many of you know that I have. But the point is this. It was very cool to get back out there, and we're doing a lot of scouting. We're getting a lot of things organized. Some things are disappearing. Some things are, appearing, but a lot of music videos being shot and a lot of people available. So that's good for the Mr. X. Some people are saying they're going to stop the Mr. X from filming the next movie. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I don't know how that's going to happen. A guy who's making $100 an hour from me and might be making that, for 8 to 10 hours a day over 3, 4, 5 days. He's going to listen to you if you know who he is. Good luck. Good luck with that. Speaking of that, it appears that the Warner Brothers Paramount's merger, Paramount Studios buying Warner Brothers for $111 billion, is going to happen. The reason these studios were broken up back in the day is so there wasn't necessarily a monopoly for distribution. If you look at a movie like Babylon or some of these earlier films, they controlled if movie theaters were, if films were going to be seen. And as those broken up, that became lesser of a thing. Well, in my experience, if you're an independent, unless they're making money off you, it's still hard to go against them. But I look at it like this. Disney and Fox, they merge. Okay? So there's two together. Paramount and Warner Brothers merge. They're together. Okay? Netflix never existed before. There's 3. Amazon never existed before. There's 4. Apple never existed before. There's 5. We're back to our original 5. So obviously you don't want to see a monopoly, but here's the bigger thing. I mean, I don't know how much worse it could get for the film industry in Los Angeles than this. I mean, a lot of people have been out of work for a long time. Mr. X not being one of them. But I don't know how bad this will hurt. I mean, of course, two conglomerates coming together control news and media and yada, yada. Fox News stayed separate from Disney, so that doesn't really fit into that factor. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I look at it like this. If I'm not mistaken, not Fox, I'm sorry. It is Warner Brothers is how many acres? Let's go to Paramount first. Paramount is 65 acres, right in the middle of Hollywood. And it's a big place. Warner Brothers is 110 acres. Okay? And if I was going to choose, like if I could own either one of them, and I'm just going to have the property, let's just say the property size was the same, I would choose Warner Brothers in Burbank before I would choose that older area in Paramount. Not Paramount, it's actually Hollywood, or Larchmont Park, or whatever the fuck it's called. I believe that that's a more, but here's what happens. You're going to knock down 65 acres worth of stuff or 110 acres worth of stuff. It doesn't, because there's some rumors that if California, the state of California, doesn't let them merge, Paramount's out of here. So what are they going to do with 175 acres worth of studios and things that have been built up, two places that have been built up over 100 years? Like that, if, for example, I'm just thinking about the Warner Brothers lot, I think that's the one that has the Desperate Housewives or the Burbs, like neighborhood. Like there's houses and a street. I've seen it in person. Or those back lots where they have New York City or whatever the cities are. It looks like a town or whatever, like Bruce Almighty. Or a church that's back there, or giant water towers. What happens to all that shit? All the props, all that stuff. Oh, another one I forgot, another studio I forgot. Maybe I shouldn't forget, is Universal. I think they should be added in there too. That would make 6. But, and they got their own stage too. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Either way, it should be interesting. I just hope whatever it is, it's positive. That's all I know. It's a lot of acreage. It's a lot of land. And if you look at it, I've actually been on Paramount Studios, and I think I've been on every studio lot except for Disney. Warner Brothers has that stage 20. When you see the Warner Brothers logo and then they show in gold like the stage, that stage 20 where they shot Batman Begins, the one with the penguin, I think it was William Randolph Hearst's wife, was it Marion Davies? They raised the fucking stage and made it taller for some movie that she was in. They spent millions of dollars way back decades and decades and decades ago, half a century ago, to make that taller and to be able to put water in there. Just that stage alone. And you've seen it if you've seen Batman Begins or The Perfect Storm. What fucking happens there? You got to tear all that down? How does that fucking work? I don't know. Destiny says, I didn't get a notification. Mr. X, let me know. Oops, there's Barbara Buffalo. Destiny, we have the newsletter that came out this morning, and you could get on the newsletter for free if you're not already on there. That's the first and foremost notification. And you could join the newsletter by emailing me and just saying, I want to be on the newsletter. You email me at mrxisnotlooseScunt@gmail.com and say, Mr. X, I want to be added to the newsletter. I add you. You can always remove yourself at any point you want. And that comes out first. And then I put it on the community tab. And then obviously then the people get the notifications for the show when the show goes live. The link that was in the community tab, I forgot to change. I fucked that up. I forgot about it. I just didn't update it from the previous week. So that's the easiest way. And the newsletter comes out either Sunday or Monday for today's show. And for Friday, it comes out either Thursday or Friday morning, twice a week. And you can always get rid of it. Costs no money. Nothing, you're just on the newsletter, and a lot of you are on it. There's a lot more people on that newsletter that are on that robo-text. Without question. Maybe 6 times as much. So there's a lot of people on there. And I think Kathy Fagan actually recently asked to be added to it, and she was added to it right before it went out. So if you ask to be added to it, you will get the next one. And just make sure it's not in your spam folder. So hopefully that's okay. Okay, there we go. So anyways, moving on. A lot of other stuff to talk about. We're going to bring Johnny Arbor up here in a little bit if he's around. I got to be careful with this, but I wanted to share it. You know, we're talking a lot about movies and stuff like that, but I like documentaries. I like movies. And there is a documentary coming out that, you know, some of these movies come out every so often. And give me a second here. And I don't know why this shit's coming up so slow, but there is a documentary coming out about an adult film star. And this adult film star is not Ron Jeremy, is not John Holmes, and I don't even know when this is coming out. And the tagline is, wait till you get a load of him. And that documentary is on, guess who? Peter North. There it is. Blue Harbor Entertainment, a documentary on Peter North. There it is. I'm going to mute it for a second, but, you know.
And I'm here to tell you how I became the infamous Peter North.
So, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty interesting. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but a documentary about Peter North. Some people don't even know who he is. Peter North, I mean, obviously, probably the most known male porn star is going to be John Holmes. Probably behind him would be Ron Jeremy. And I would say number 3, maybe even number 2, is Peter North. He just looks like a regular dude. He doesn't look, you know, like the porn star, you know, mustache and all that stuff like John Holmes. And he doesn't look like a hedgehog. He's just a guy who was in shape, but he's known for having a lot of substance come out. Let's just put it that way. But it should be interesting to see the documentary on it. And then the way they kind of angle it at the end of the documentary, they're like, you have something you want to say. And then they cut it, the trailer. Like he's about to come out about something. That's the way it looks. And there's always been a lot of questions if Peter North has been gay because he got his start in actually gay porn. So I don't know. I don't know what this documentary is, but, you know, you can only see so much of those. The female porn star documentaries, you know, they had one that came out with Gravitas Ventures called After Porn, and it's just always drugs and just depravity. And this guy seems to be like, this was a regular job for him. And at least from what I know, he seemed to be pretty straight-laced as much as he could be for an adult film star. But anyway, we'll see. I have met Peter. Have you, PZ? What was he like? Well, let me do this. Let me come off real quick. I'm going to send a link out to Johnny, and we could talk to Johnny. Yeah, I'd love to hear about that because maybe PZ knows something we don't. I mean, we'd always hear about, you know, Steve out in the desert would seem, you know, these guys who live in LA for a long time, they always seem to know a little bit more. You know, they know this guy, they party with this guy or whatever it might be. But let me work on getting this over to Johnny because I'd like to hear that. And then obviously I got a lot more to talk about too, but we want to hear. So I'm not going to do it going forward, but I got a little story to tell you guys. Because there's been a lot of talk. I put up a community post about last night for a couple hours about some stuff that was true and not true about the football game. By the way, I don't think that this is major breaking news, but the team Jim played for did not win the championship game, so he will not be getting a ring. He might even have discussed it on one of his shows by now. I don't know if he's discussed it or not, but I think he might have. But that team lost by a few points, and he will not get a ring. Because even if you played one game, you get a ring. But he will not be getting a ring. But I will tell you this, and I don't think I'm going to do it again. Mr. X today did reach out to the kicker who took Jim's spot, Austin Nestor. His information is widely available. He's got a LinkedIn. He's actually going to college. I mean, this is kind of something you like, part-time kicker, couple games here or there. And he's going through college. He's working at a CVS, not, you know, checking people out, but as like in the pharmacy, Like that's what he's going to school to be a pharmacist. So, I don't think that's anything to joke about or to laugh about, the fact that this kid is so, maybe we got an interview with him, but his number and information is widely public and some questions were going to be asked, and I don't think we're going to do too much following up on that, but yeah, I mean, his information is public. It's very easy to figure out, in case anybody else was interested in interviewing him or in that subject. But I think enough for me is, I'm just going to kind of leave it alone because I don't think it's that interesting. I don't think it's that interesting. And by the way, the person that, and I just mentioned this real quick, that Jim said was a ticket terror. Her name is Teresa. I also put up a link last night and I deleted this because I didn't want to get into this too much on this show. But the fact of the matter is, she's like the ledger of that company. I mean, her like public, she was like a general manager of that area, or assistant general manager, or something to that. Like, that's no ticket terror. That's a person who knows the numbers. It's, if you think about it, there's not probably that many people that work full time for that arena. That's not just some mutant there that's selling hot dogs, or tearing a ticket. I mean, you can look up her information and she's out there. So that's not really true. But I figure I mention it and kind of move on. Not that it's a big deal, but the 76 email is the one I'm going to send it to, Johnny. I should have done it before the show, but I'll send it to you now. Okay. It's going to come from the old gifts email. And by the way, the people who are the winners, quote unquote, of the giveaway from Friday, those will be sent out tomorrow. I've spoke to 2 of the 3 people already. The third person, I don't want to say, but if you don't contact me by tomorrow, then it's not going to happen for you. Let me just say you that. I got a good ass whooping for watching that when I was a little. I had no business watching. Okay. I thought you were talking about arena football for a second. I think you're talking about something else. Okay. So I sent that to Johnny. Johnny, you got that now? It's coming from the gifts email. It went to your 76 email. And I'll continue on doing my thing. There was some other national news, and I'm sure PZ knows about this, but something bad happened. It always seems to be, De-Icer's probably one of those guys that hates LA, but it's such a big place and it's so spread out that something bad always happens. And then, of course, I cover it because it's, but it's just what we do over here. There was a lady in Grenada Hills, however you want to pronounce it. I would say that's probably within 30 or 40 miles max from me, maybe even less. She was in a Vaughn's grocery store, national news. And she passed away. She died, right? And they didn't know what to do with this. By the way, Vaughn's is owned by Albertsons. So they didn't know what to do with this body. She died like in a bakery. Okay. Johnny Yarb coming up. I think Johnny. Johnny?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. So listen to this, Johnny, real quick, then we'll get into your show. But how far is Grenada Hills from you?
Grenada Hills?
Yeah.
How far is Grenada Hills, Paul?
I think that's north. It's like valley, right? Northeast?
It's in the valley.
Yeah, okay. So listen to this bullshit. Some lady dies in the bakery section of a Vaughn's. Like the Vaughn's is a cheaper version of like the Albertsons. And they don't know what to do. So what happens is they put they open up some umbrellas and put it over her body. She's just laying there dead. She had some medical emergency. And her body was there for 4 hours in the fucking Vaughn's. And people are still grocery shopping. They're still getting their cakes. This is like, I'm shocked that this happened, but it is national news, and I thought about, calling and doing a little hardcore prank, but, with all the shenanigans that have been going on, I don't think I'm going to do it for this one, but maybe another one in the future. But yeah, it's body allegedly left lying in an aisle of an LA grocery store, obscured by umbrellas for hours while customers shopped. This is fucking ridiculous. Something like this goofy is always going on in LA. Just real quick, I'll read it off. Then managers at a Los Angeles grocery store allegedly kept the location open for hours after the customer passed. The body laid in an aisle purposely obscured from view as patrons shopped, according to the store employees. The alleged incident took place at a Vaughn's in LA, Granada Hills neighborhood on July 5th. That would have been just recently. That would have been, what was it, on a Sunday? As the customer suffered an medical emergency in a bakery aisle. So it's pretty sad, but it's just like something like this goofy is always happening in this fucking area. Anyway, so Johnny, birthday tomorrow, right? What's going on?
Yeah, tomorrow is my big old day tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the birthday. Do you have any time planned for the show tomorrow?
It's going to go at 6:00, but I'm thinking because Jim, not to say his name or anything, but
go ahead.
He said he's going to go against me tomorrow. And so I was thinking about probably pushing the show back till 7:15 or going on to members only.
How about not till he just goes off the air? Let him waste all his
Yeah, I was going to suggest that because he's got to be I just heard this, that he got a strike. And then ironically, a couple hours later, after somebody told me this in an email, he had, I don't want to say it, but he had a new YouTube page up, or maybe it was an old YouTube page he made active. He just said he was going to be going over there. Now, I know from experience that it takes about 24 to 48 hours to connect StreamYard to YouTube. I would have done it up front. I would have had both of them connected, but knowing him, he probably doesn't have it connected. That's going to be my assumption why he's not live tonight, or he's running out of hours. Here's what I would do. You can listen to my suggestion or not, do what you want. Start it at 6. Start it at whatever time you can start, because it's not like the OTT. And then if he goes live, people are going to be there for you. It's your birthday party. Then just push it back an hour. Just tell everybody, because he's only going to go live for an hour. And then you could push it back an hour. He can't go live for 2 or 3 hours unless he pays the money for StreamYard.
Right. That's what I thought.
So he'll blow an hour. He'll get all his best content. And I'm saying this publicly, so now he'll probably change up what he's doing. He'll blow out whatever his best content is. And then you go live, and then people, they're going to want to see from you anyways. And frankly, anybody who's over there that's watching that hater content is not going to really be that involved in your birthday party. My suggestion is not to do it on members only.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people that might want to give for your birthday or be involved in your birthday, and they don't have the membership.
Yeah,
I would
you're right.
always keep those shows public.
Okay, no problem.
Do what you want, but those are different ideas. I'll be around by 7:15 Pacific. Do what you want. But I have a feeling that if he's going to spend any time on anything, I believe he will spend the time on Wednesday, not tonight, and probably not tomorrow night. Because here's the thing. People can always talk about numbers. This number's fake. He did this. He bought likes. He did that. Yeah, you can't fake super stickers and super chats and PayPals. The super stickers, you can't lie about that. It's there. They're in the chat. You can't bullshit. Now, you can lie about Cash Apps. You can lie about this and that, PayPals and Venmos, but you can't lie about super stickers. You see them.
Right.
So the bottom line is to have a birthday party that's fun and positive for you. If you can make a few extra bucks and people like to send you money, then that's even better. He's not going to make anything. And the longer he stays on and doesn't make anything, the more likely he'll go away. Jim is very money motivated that way, even more so than me. I'm more of the kind of person where I'm like, I'm going to do a solid 2.5 hours.
Right.
Regardless if there's $15 or $500. It's not always money motivated, because I look at it like this. The longer you stay on, and hopefully people are comfortable with, hey, Monday and Friday, Mr. X is on. Wednesday, Johnny's on. They might tune in. They might not. They might think something's boring. They might not. But they know it's there, and they can always come back. I think of somebody like Rainbow Melon as an example. She's at work, and let's say she's watching this on replay. Me reading off super stickers is boring to her. She can fast forward through that. And by keeping it behind the paywall to a select group, I think diminishes the ability to have as many people watch as possible. 275. So what do you think, Johnny? So what time? Do what you want. If you want to go at 7, that's fine too. Don't forget, 7 for us is 10 Eastern.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna go my regular time, and I'm gonna do my regular time at 6, and I'm just gonna go with the show.
Yeah.
It's about me tomorrow.
Yeah, it's your birthday and all that. And Donkey Dick brings up a thing you could always do, like Angel used to do, is go members for a few seconds and switch it back to public, and it kicks out all the bots out of your live chat. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, but frankly, who cares? Who cares if people are, if they want to spend whatever it costs to buy bots or whatever? Let them go do that. Who cares? Or if they're buying bots because they don't want to see that Johnny's beating them or I'm beating them, it doesn't really matter. I'm here for the audience. I'm hoping to have a good time. I don't give a fuck if that says, I mean, I want there to be at least a couple hundred people here, but if that says right now 1,000, it doesn't really change anything. Like, I've seen 400 in Jim's chat, and I was talking to Dr. Bailout about this, and there were 400 people watching the show live, and I think there were 4 to 6 people in the chat. And I said, there's only 2 or 3 people in there that I'm aware of that were from the OTT, that were like nice people that like were contributors in one way or another.
Right.
Well, I mean, like, who gives a shit? And he if anybody knows that, it's him. I don't think I've ever come on here and said, I need help, send money. I don't think you've ever done that either.
No.
So cash apps are coming in. Johnny, did you feel an earthquake this morning?
No, I never felt one.
It was too far away.
It was
Too far away, Ace's mom. It's in your area. And it depends where you're at, too. I mean, I don't want to mansplain things. I think you're in California, too. But if you're on solid bedrock or kind of that sandy area, like, I give you an example. Marina Del Rey, sandy, you're going to feel it. Westchester, Playa del Rey, sections of Playa Vista, not as much. Depends on where you're at. But if you're in that marshy land, you'll feel it more. I don't know what Long Beach is. If Long Beach is solid bedrock, assuming as you get closer to the water, it's less and less and less. But you won't feel it as much in some of these areas.
Hey, Mr. X, I'd like to say something if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
To the people that has been standing right beside me with everything that's been going on in this last couple of weeks with me and my family and stuff like that. I just want to say thank you guys for being there for me. And you guys are awesome. And we're going to have a good party tomorrow. Starting out tomorrow, I'm going to play my opening song, couple songs, and get the chat swelled up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Five Finger Death Punch, what we're going to start out listening to. And stuff like that. And because I'm a Five Finger Death Punch hardcore fan, and that's what's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm going to play a couple of songs that I made for a couple of people that I don't like no more either. So I'm going to play a couple of those songs too. So
Okay. Is anybody making a cake, or is anybody?
Yeah, they're making it. PZ's making a cake. That's why I'm glad that I came up here now. It's because we were getting ready to go shopping to go get the stuff for what he's going to make for the cake tomorrow. Johnny, can you put a swimsuit? Rainbow Melon, I'll think about it. If I have a swimsuit, I'll put a pair of swim trunks on, and I'll wear no shirt for you tomorrow.
There you go. So there it is. Join Johnny's birthday show at 6 p.m. or maybe 7 p.m. Pacific. That's on Johnny Yarborough's channel tomorrow. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. Everybody knows Johnny's channel. If you want to put it in the chat, Barbara Buffalo, Texas Granny, Rainbow Melon, they're all here. I always say don't have multiple mods, and here I got 3 mods. But you never know.
I'll wear my birthday suit tomorrow, guys.
There you go. Yeah, but Johnny, sometime tomorrow, and I'll put a community tab out post when it's, solidified and all that stuff. So there you go.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Thanks
well, good.
a lot. I
That's
really
good news.
appreciate all you guys. Cheetah print Speedos, Ace's mama said.
Yes. Now, Johnny, this is something I got a question for you and PZ about, because you guys live in California. It's a little bit in the news. I don't know if you guys have been in Culver City lately, but Culver City is where Sony Studios is at. It used to be the old MGM. It's closer to me than you guys, obviously. It's a little bit east. I like Culver City. I used to live there for about 6 or 8 months. They are putting out an outlaw. Listen to this. Is crazy because this is, kind of a California thing. Because these kind of places started in California. Drive-through fast food places. The drive-throughs in Culver City might be gone. And I wonder if that's going to extend throughout California eventually at some point. Here's the problem. There's a place on Venice Boulevard. It's an In-N-Out Burger, kind of like the one by LAX. And they got such a giant fucking line there that it goes past this orthodontist and out into a neighborhood, and all those cars are, the smog and the hot air, and people are in their apartments or condos or whatever. And it's like, it gets the area hotter. They're all just waiting. Now, I mean, what do you think about this? Is it a bad idea to get rid of drive-through places?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not a ton of room, and I'm depending on where it's at. Like, I give you an example. There's a Chick-fil-A that's right off Jefferson Boulevard and the 405. Well, that's not really near any houses, and Chick-fil-A does a good job of moving the line. This is like right on the outskirts of Playa Vista. It's like Culver City, Playa Vista adjacent. And there are, like, I think that's okay, but like that one off Venice Boulevard, I could see why people have a problem with it. And it's always packed. But then again, like, what if you're handicapped and, you're in a car getting your food and you can't really go in, or there's not like a walk-up window like Checkers used to have? Like, I don't know which one works. But I think the issue and the reason this came up is they want to build another In-N-Out Burger in Culver City closer to the 405, and that would just make that area a zoo.
Tell him I wrote some stuff in chat.
What's that?
Tell me.
He wrote something in chat.
It's a nuisance to the neighborhood, and it could be removed by the city if there are enough complaints. Yeah, I think your M's aren't working. But so I mean, that's what's happening in Culver City. All the ones are being held that already have drive-thrus. Like there is a Carl's Jr. that has a drive-thru. Not that place is very busy, but they're being held, and they're trying to stop there being more. So I don't know. I don't know which way the aisle I lead on that, but I do know that there was another big thing in El Segundo. And since you guys live in California, you could chime in on this for sure. And I saw all these little fucking Karens and soccer moms go in to some El Segundo city council meeting or whatever the hell it was. And they were cheering. If you come down Imperial Highway, which was Imperial Highway is the 105, which goes towards the beach, Dockweiler. There's LA Times, like on one side, and on the other side is the El Segundo side of LAX. Okay. So that side behind where the DirecTV LA Times building is on the El Segundo side, not the LAX side, they were going to put in a data center. Do you know what a data center was? I wasn't familiar with what the fuck this was.
Yes, they're terrible.
Oh my God, these people. So I was like, why are these soccer moms fighting over these fucking data centers? I mean, first of all, El Segundo smells like shit because it's got this giant refinery. If the wind blows in from the ocean, it makes the whole scene. That's so I'm thinking, like, why are they data center? I'm thinking it's like people calling in about, like, I don't know, long distance phone calls or something like that. But I guess they use a ton of water and it's really loud. Like,
and they don't pay for it, I'm hearing. They don't pay for the water either. And they're collecting our business. That's what it is. Our personal business.
That's right. So that's what people have been talking about, this data center thing. And I guess it got just completely destroyed. Like, as far as it, like, it's not going through. Like, everybody voted no against it.
Good.
Yeah. And we see here. That's not that. I'm looking for, I have some news on it.
So what, they trace every one of our phone calls, our texts, and everything like that, right? And
yes.
They save it? That's evil.
And all the AI stuff. I mean, well, if you have Google and you're getting the all that stuff is being stored somewhere, And
they're going to use it to trace us anytime they want.
Well, I saw a video, and I don't know if I don't have it downloaded anymore, but there's a video of a guy who has a really nice house out in New Jersey. Okay. Like, it almost looks like the woods area of New Jersey. And they built a data center like a couple miles away from it. and there's like a fucking constant buzz. It's bad. Like it makes like him going out on his porch like unlivable. So I'm looking for this video. But I mean, if that's the case, I could see why they were so against it. Well, I'm looking for it.
Hey, Paul, I think Mr. X wants to hear you meeting that guy that you met.
Well, I don't have a recording.
Yeah, what's up with you meeting Peter North? Is he there?
Yeah, he's coming.
I had a good friend. He passed away, but he was a porn star, so I got to meet a lot of people from him. And Peter was just one of the ones. And then Peter and I had talked on the computer before too, a long time ago, and he was involved in some stuff in Orange County too that I'll tell you about later. I don't want to say the wrong
Orange
thing.
County, California, or Orange County, Florida?
Yeah, Orange County, Newport Beach. See if you can find anything on the restaurant called the Arc, I think it was, ARC.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
His real name's Al, right?
Yeah.
And when you talk to him, would you call him Al or Alden, or I guess, but he goes by Al?
I'd rather call him Matt because he was Matt when he was gay, the gay character.
So he is gay.
No, I think he's bi, and I think he leans more towards straight.
No, I mean he's he's had a lot of videos.
I think he was gay for pay.
Peter
Gay
North.
for play.
Gay for pay.
What you said Newport Beach?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up that. Oh, it's the Arches, not the Arc. The Arches.
Seems like he's got a house down there.
Yeah, he might. I don't know where he lives or anything, but
Peter North is retired Canadian adult film star and director, famously resides in Newport Beach. His time in the area previously made headlines due to a high-profile domestic disputes and allegations reported in 2021. So that's something to that extent. I don't know. That's what I see.
there was something else too.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I mean, what's up with the secrecy? You don't want to say, or I don't understand.
Well, I don't know if it was public news or that, and I don't want to spread any rumors or get anyone in
When's the
trouble.
last time you talked to him?
Years ago. It was years ago. And yeah, I would say, I'll just say it includes drugs. I'll say that.
Oh, good. I mean, porn stars, drugs. I mean, you know, kind of goes.
Who they
The
know.
only thing I wonder about that is like, how can a person do that much porn, and regardless of what the testing is, and not get herpes? Like they all got to have herpes. How could you not?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I never understood it. And I think when they did the testing back in the day, that was one of the things they didn't test for. So speaking of testing, let me test this out real quick. This is a video. This is a video of, I was talking about that thing earlier, from the data center. This guy did a little video about a data center. Listen, so he's got a house in New Jersey, Vineland, New Jersey. I'm not 100% sure where that's at or how close, like, to somebody like this is from Bob. Is that because I used to watch Tucker Gott, who did the paramotor videos, and there's like a lot of like townships and areas in New Jersey that are very rural. You know, I always think of like the toxic waste type stuff that looks like New York, and that's not necessarily like, there's a lot of beautiful places in New Jersey. It's not like what you would really think. And just like California, people think it's all palm trees, and I'm like, yeah, drive to Vegas and you'll be in desert for 3 hours, you know, and sucks. So, I mean, there are nice places, but this would suck if this was your place. Listen to this.
Somewhere peaceful and away from the city, and then this moves in. You got to listen to this 24/7.
Listen to this buzzing.
Wow.
So that's what it's like to have a data center close by. And the data center that would be in El Segundo would probably be up to a mile from the houses. And people say, well, what about the airport noise? Well, all the windows are double pane windows. You usually don't hear it when you're on the inside, but this buzzing is continuous.
You know what I'm wondering? What did they use all the water for?
I think to cool down the computer systems.
Oh.
So something to cool down because it gets real hot.
I hear the hospital buzzing sometimes, I think. We live right by it, and I've heard it before.
I mean, well, and that's understandable, like a hospital, but just to put in a giant. And I'm like, well, how many of these are there going to be? Are they going to be all throughout the country? Are they going to be everywhere? You know, and I guess the answer to that is yes. Like why not just have this deserts, this data center somewhere in fucking Nebraska where nobody's at? Like, why does this got to be in El Segundo where I get my fucking Raising Cane's? You know, this is bullshit. Here, I'll play this real quick again.
On a home out somewhere peaceful and away from the city. And then
this is bad because this looks like, you know, it have snow. There'd probably be deer in your backyard type thing.
This moves in. You got to listen to this 24/7. Wow.
That might be Kathy Fagan's house. That's what I heard.
Thank you, Rainbow. Thank you, Rainbow.
Might be. What do you got? Go ahead. Let's read off some super stickers. We're doing it now. Let's do it.
Go ahead. I don't got none.
Oh, I thought you said thank you for something. Well, let's go through
it.
No,
Rainbow Miller said, Johnny, I think it's cool you come up with Mr. X.
Yeah, it does help. But let me tell you what else helps, because I'm so dry and so broke, even though I got this giant money pit right next to me. Yeah, I hear it all. Rainbow Melon, speaking of which, she's kissing the baby. She's covering up the bald spot with that comb back. $1.49. Get the calculator out, Jim. There is Rainbow Melon again, $1.99. Thank you, Rainbow Melon. Now let me know if there's anybody Texas Granny that predates. Well, I could figure it out too, or that is pre that Rainbow Melon one at $2.11. Speaking of Texas Granny, there she is. She's not that old looking. $1.99. Next again, they're having a super sticker war. Texas Granny, $1.99 again. Now Barbara Buffalo. Yes, that is Barbara Buffalo. Thank you. 99 cents. She comes in again. Bang! $1.99. Then we got the Martini Queen, a.k.a. She's got the Cleopatra, look from, what's that movie called? Oh, it's Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor. She's really going hard in on that look. Did you know that Universal Studios sold like half a Studio City to be able to fund that movie? What a fucking bomb. Thank you, though, to Adele. And then next is Mean Green. Hiding out, snooping around in the courtroom, it looks like. $5. Thank you, Mean Green. Gay J. Did I make that thumbnail? That's Johnny Yarborough. $3. There he is. He's over here now. And then on top of that, we have Miss Texas, $20. Thank you, Miss Texas. She's always coming in big. She's always keeping us afloat, or me afloat. I guess I shouldn't say us anymore, but there's somebody else. It's Kathy Finnegan, a.k.a. Monkey Woman, a.k.a. Monkey Girl. Hopefully she doesn't have that buzzing going on in her backyard. Miss Texas coming in again, $10. She's up to 30 now. All these people are getting up. There's Miss Texas Granny. Everybody's in Texas. Does everybody in Texas just have money? I don't know. Everybody in Michigan has money too. There's Rainbow Melon. Thank you for those. There's more coming in. They're going back and forth. It's Miss Texas again, $5. Money, kissy, party. Johnny's going to have a big show, I have a feeling, tomorrow. Because if I'm getting this now, Johnny's show is going to be insane tomorrow. Kathy Finnegan's back again. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everything's going good with you, Kathy. Haven't had a chance to catch up with you in a couple days. Can we catch up after Wednesday? I hope everybody that I want to catch up with, hopefully I'll catch up. If the phone's off, you know what happened. Destiny, there she is. What does that say? Cheer on her shirt? She's a cheerleader? Maybe she's got a child that's a cheerleader, like a teen cheerleader, like a daughter or something. Maybe she looks like she's in shape. Maybe she's a cheerleader. I don't know. What do I know? She comes in $10. DG, as she's also known. DG Nuts. Okay, thank you. Kathy is making Mr. X's day. That's right. Well, these people always come in. It's nice to see people. It's nice to catch up with people. Got a chance to catch up with Jeremy M. Spoke to him today, too. He's one of the winners. It was very obvious that he was one of the winners. But, yes, that's right, Rainbow Mel. Mr. X appreciates the support. Yes. I still never heard from True Beautiful Soul about what I allegedly lied about. I don't even know. I don't know what I lied about, True Beautiful Soul. I keep saying this on shows. I'd like to hear from you. My phone number's public.
Hey, Johnny, tell him what we saw on Jim about that.
What? You come tell him. I don't remember.
Yeah, tell me.
Is it a he or she?
Okay, so Destiny coaches her daughter's team. That makes sense. Okay.
Is it a man or a woman? True Beautiful Soul.
True Beautiful Soul's a woman.
True Beautiful Soul's a woman. She's like a blonde woman. I remember her photo. I remember her being like an attractive woman.
She was on Jim's the other day. She was on Jim's the other day, reminding him over and over that she was supposed to be a new mod for him or something, and she was gonna watch some show and mod for him. I don't know. She kept reminding him of that, kissing his ass. That's what I started doing.
Well, I mean, hey, look at it like this. She's a nice lady. I've heard, so somebody told me recently, don't say this about this person or that person because they're shit talking you. I don't know. I don't know if it's her or not. I don't know, but I know that like my experiences with Noodle Salad, Carol H has really disappeared. I don't know what happened there. I mean,
yeah, we don't either.
But I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't know what I lied about. What did I lie on? But I don't know. And when I hear things too, like Jim was saying the other day, something to the effect that I heard from Teresa about his injury. No. Jim told me he hurt his ribs. Where else would I fucking that lady Teresa didn't even know who Jim was. After the GM spoke to Teresa, she still got his name wrong. She didn't know who he was. Jim told me he was injured.
He seems to be getting everything confused. If you guys have listened lately, I mean,
and I'm the one who's mentally deteriorating. Is that what was being said? I mean, are you kidding me? I'm the only one who, between him and I, could put together a clear thought.
Right.
All I know is this, and this is what I said in the post before I deleted it. It appears, and I don't want to say anything for certain, that his last game was on the 13th. The 14th and 15th is when they hold the open tryouts. The 15th, 1 month ago today, was the last ever show on the OTT, Mr. X News Network. Okay? I tell Jim on the 15th, because of the stuff that was happening over the weekend, that I was done. He removes me on the 16th, which is a Tuesday, okay, from the OTT platform, from the Indavo platform. That day in the newspaper, they introduced Austin Nestor as the new kicker. So why are they having tryouts if they already got a kicker?
Right.
And some reason, and I don't know why, and I hate to speculate, the footage of that game that was on YouTube is gone. I call it the gut game, the gut footage that I have. That's gone. It's like it's wiped off. And if you go onto the MNTR Plus website, I don't know if that's only live or that's some kind of OTT that they have, which is actually a pretty slick looking OTT. I don't know what company they use, but it's not available anywhere. And the crazy thing about the incident where there was a guy, and I didn't get the footage, but I saw it. Jim told me about the incident first, him tackling somebody. Then he tackles him and he pounds the ground. He jumps up, stands up on his feet, and the guy that he tackled was a little bit behind him. Jim jumps on the guy. There's no audio in that section of when I saw this game tape. And I didn't think about taking that section of it because I didn't realize that Jim was gone from the team. Now, was he thrown out of the game? I don't know. But I saw a ton of flags. Jim jumps on top of the guy. They pull him apart. Jim walks towards the side, the hard camera side, starts pounding his chest. Then a coach, and this is what I mentioned last night, a black guy, which I'm assuming is the head coach, kind of grabs Jim by like where your deltoid or your upper arm and like kind of says, hey, let's go, and pulls Jim away from the camera, and he never plays again after that point, ever again. Now, he discussed on a show that there's so much time for a roster or for this or that. Let's be 100% frank and honest. Some of these teams don't even carry a kicker, let alone two of them. Okay? Why would they hold an open tryout and bring in a guy who's still in college, who's not even 24 years old, if Jim was still on the team? Then, on the 27th, when they play that game, and forget the whole reason for bringing any of this up is not about, shitting on Jim's playing situation. He said on the 24th on Leanne's show that he could be served on the 27th and he'll be there. On the Saturday the 27th, June 27th, Jim's not on the roster. I talked to the front office and they don't even know who he is. And then she calls me back Teresa does, and says whatever his name is, and she mispronounced his name, is no longer associated with the team. I mean, so what are you to believe? And that's his like. I would not know about the rib situation because I remember Jim's like, I'm not feeling, man, my ribs are killing me. I'm just not feeling it tonight. But there was a bunch of different times where Jim would say, I'm just not feeling it tonight. I don't really have anything tonight. So in my opinion, and this is the last statement I'll make about that, being a professional football player, even if he was making $1,000 a game, which is very, I'd bet my channel that he can't prove a check that he's getting $500 a game. He can't show a check that he got 2 games that equal more than $1,000. But let's just say he got $1,000 a game, which mathematically doesn't make any sense, but let's just say he does. In the last month, since he harassed these people and blew up the OTT and whatever would be in the future, he lost way more. Just in the last 4 weeks, he has lost way more than he could have ever have earned playing football. Now, there's some ancillary earnings that you can go on radio shows or sell sponsorships, but how much can you do in 2 weeks? Or if you're there for like a week before, let's say 3, you get on the team. Like, I don't know how long he was there. I'm assuming I heard it was 2 weeks from him. So, like, whatever that was worth was not worth losing the OTT and tens of thousands of dollars of earning in the future. It's just like, that was stupid. That was stupid, you know? And on top of that, to have all these people that were once striking for him, now striking him for the stuff that they're doing against him, which has nothing to do with me. Anyway, I'm done with that. Kathy Fagan's Cash App, $30. Speaking of which, coming in, I appreciate it, Kathy. Happy Monday. So she's come in a bunch of different times. Mandy H, a.k.a. the Smoke Eye Mandy. She comes in $5. I spoke about Jeremy M. He says, nice chat, Mr. X, $10 on the Cash App. It's just, something was going, like, you know what it reminds me of, Johnny? Remember when Salty Pancakes had that meltdown and just started doxing everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like one time. It's like, I don't know why that happened, but like this situation, and I'm lining up dots without being in a place. So I don't know. I don't want to hear true, beautiful. So Mr. X is lying. Mr. X is doing, I don't know. But I know what Jim told me. I could see the newspaper. I know what they told me at the arena, which it's not some ticket terror, you know. I mean, she's listed as like a ledger and like an assistant general manager, assistant director or something. So it's not like she's selling hot dogs and told me that. It's just something doesn't make any sense. We haven't heard about Brooke Hogan, which that was a thing that he was talking about for a month.
For that.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. I mean, did that blow up? Now, I know somebody that knows her. And could I look into that? Sure. But do I really give a shit? Like, who knows what happened there? I don't know. Maybe they're still talking. I wouldn't know either way. But like, and then there's some other people like Carol H. Like, they're just gone.
It's got to be overwhelming for him to keep lying and playing the games he's playing. And he's just bucking up from doing it. That's what it's got to be.
And then he's going to have the OTT ready in 2 or 3 weeks. Then he said 3 times. He's got a phone call with Johnny Yarborough's son. He's got a phone call with an ex-girlfriend. None of that which ever came through. Like, anything that he's promised, he has not delivered. Like, and then here's the thing that I would say about getting back kind of, and I don't want to stay on this too long, but Mean Green's thing, and maybe he did and I just didn't see it. I would say that, like I said, I didn't see it, so I don't know. I would say the police officer's name, the precinct, and the exact time you called. See, like when he said Officer Ramirez or Rodriguez or whatever, where did you call? What is the incident report number? And now I'm going to call. I've never heard that. Maybe it's happened because I don't watch all his shows, but to my knowledge, that never happened. That I'm like, and I'm sure somebody would have told me because I would have followed up with a call and proven that a different way.
Mr. X.
Yeah.
I can tell you one good news. You know what? I did a short video, and guess how many views I got for it?
How many did you get?
16K.
Damn. What is it? Of a cat or something?
No, it's a rapper. I'm doing a compilation.
Okay.
And
compilation.
He's on one side, I'm on the other side, and
Nice.
and he's rapping really fast.
Wow.
He raps really. Here, I'm not going to show it, but I'm just going to let you listen to it. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, bring it up, and while I read this off real quick, a lady named DG came in on the Venmo, $50, and here's what she said. Mr. X, I missed the Mr. XNN anniversary show with a frowny face, but it's available. None of my shows have been taken down. Every show that I've done since coming over to YouTube full time is available. No strikes, no warnings, except for that little Angel of Death song that I played during the XNN opening. The YouTube doesn't like that, but last time I checked, that was public domain. Anyway, you have worked so hard all these years, and it shows. You've grown tremendously, and I've enjoyed watching the adventures. And I'll tell you what, DG, sorry. I almost said her name. DG, you know who you are. I got an adventure this weekend that I mean, it's unlike anything. It's a 2-part adventure. So I'll tell you what the first part is. The first part is always a buffet, okay? When I go somewhere that has a buffet that I've never been to, typically a crab legs buffet. I mean, when crab legs Friday, but you've never seen him eat crab legs. But you see me eat crab legs all over the fucking state. So first will be a crab legs buffet, and then a special event that I've never been to before. And I almost kind of wish I can go live from there for like 5 minutes. I don't know what the signal will be like, or if Johnny's live. Then have the footage, kind of like I did with the fair, Johnny.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm here, and you're going to see the footage later. Maybe I'll do something like that. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Okay, you ready for it, Mr. X?
Yeah, bring it up.
Oh no, I'm not going to bring up the whole video. I'm just going to let people hear it.
All right, what do you got? Is it famous music?
Yeah.
What is this? I don't know what's going on.
Well, I didn't know. I don't want to. I don't know if you want me to show it on your show or not. But
you collaborated with one, right?
What's the word?
Collaboration.
Collaboration. Yeah.
Collaboration.
Yeah, collaborate. I was collaborating with somebody, and it got me 17K views now.
Wow. Well,
I'm
good.
almost to 20,000. I'm almost to 20,000 views on that one short video.
Damn.
And it's dumb as hell. It is dumb. And then you know how everybody posted your XNN tonight, Mr.
Yes.
X?
Yes.
I did a short video with that same thing, and with DMX saying X is going to give it to you.
Oh,
X
yeah.
is going to give it to you.
You know what's weird about the DMX guy? That song was so popular with God, what's that guy's name? Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah, because they had his group was like X-Men. X Factor was actually his group, not X-Men. He wanted to be a part of X-Men, but he died of some kind of, I think of like an overdose or something happened to him drug-wise, DMX. And he was like in his 50s. So it's not like, usually when you see that, like the guys aren't like 50 still going that hardcore. You know what I mean? So I remember that because it was like kind of shocking because he hadn't been that song's still a real popular song, but he died. Something happened to him. DMX. He was in movies and stuff too. Do you know what I'm talking about or no? God, that was already 5 years ago. Died in 2021. So, you still there or no?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
I'm looking it up because I'm curious what happened.
I was thinking, Mr. X. I was thinking if I ever saw that before, and I was like, no, I've never seen that.
Yeah, he passed away. He was born in 1970. He's from New York, and he died April 9th, 2021. So yeah, it's crazy that he's already been, he's already passed away 5 years ago. Time flies. But that's probably his most well-known song, obviously.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mr. X, I'm gonna have to get going before the store closes. They close at 9. So
all right, get out of here, and I'll finish everything up. All right, so we'll talk. We'll see what's up.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, get out of here. Heart attack, I think. That's
you.
Right. Get out of here. Get out of here, monkey. He's out of here. Yeah, heart attack due to drugs or something like that. It's just sad. Yeah, you can't be doing that if he was 70, 80, 90, 2000. He was like, what, 51? Ugh. You know, I see those jackass guys and, you know, all of them are off the drugs now, but like those guys beat up their body. You know, you can't be raging against the machine at 50 or 60 years old. I mean, unless you're fucking Keith Richards or some bullshit like that. You know, you gotta walk some of that back. I mean, you might be able to get away with that to an extent in your 20s or maybe even 30s, but you never know. It's rough. We will be listening. Nobody better to talk shit. That's right. There you go. So I got a few other news pieces. I'll come back up here online in a second. I don't know if you guys saw this. I got to be careful with this too. But, you know, I was talking to, actually, believe it or not, Sam Hoger about this. There is an event out there. And man, I don't know. I like fighting and I you know, like mixed martial arts and all that kind of stuff. And obviously I like pro wrestling. But this power slap thing, although it probably would be fun to go to in person, it's not like mixed martial arts where you could defend yourself or, you know, boxing. Like part of the sport is defense, right? You just got to fucking take it. I don't know, man, but and Jack Swagger or Jake Hager is his real name, the guy in the blue there. He was a pro wrestler. He's actually a former WWE champion, believe it or not. And how this works is you get one slap and then the other guy gets one slap. You get one slap and the other guy gets it. This is a company that's run by the UFC and it's in Vegas. Like they have their own like little studio there that they run this. So during WrestleMania, Jake Hager or Jack Swagger there in the right on the blue, he was, you know, he had his first ever event and they won. He won. He knocked the other guy out. So now he goes against a guy who's a little bit better at doing this. And it's the other guy's turn to do it. And fair use and all that stuff, UFC. And we're going to turn the audio off. 1, 2, bang, and he's gone. I mean, so like this is a sport. This is, you know, it's not a fight. It's a sport. And he's all crumpled up. I mean, we're talking about fucking automatic CTE. You know, I mean, I can understand, like I said, with boxing or football. I mean, at least you got a helmet on or a way to defend yourself. But this is like, you got to take it. I don't know, man. And then it, no matter what happens, you know, like, and I kind of like, this is a bad look. You know, like that, let's just say you slap somebody and you beat them. Well, if you get all googly eyed and your face is all big, you know, that's not the best look if you're a fighter. And by the way, this isn't AI either. This is the real thing. So I don't know, man. It's a tough sport, if you want to call it that. I think it's cool to an extent, but I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't know. When there's no defense, it makes it tough. So, speaking of something that's a little bit hardcore, can I find it? This might be my favorite story of the weekend. You know, there's always people out there, and whenever this happens, somebody goes to a Yellowstone and this and that. Somebody always got their kids there. They want to get the extra picture, and usually it's a bear. But, you know, we've seen stuff with bulls and all that kind of stuff. And when you know it starts that way, you know it's pretty bad. Okay? There's some ZZ Top looking grandpa, not a rainbow melon looking grandma. And this guy is out there, and the danger animal out there, it's not a bear. It's a fucking bison. And this is national news. This is all over every news site. This is taken by somebody else, so fair use and the yada yada. And this guy, this old guy with the ZZ Top looking beard, is running around these trees. Okay? He's running around these trees. And look at him. He's an old man. He's got the head shaved and all that kind of stuff. And the bison's catching up to him. And I don't know. Maybe you just want to stay. I mean, these things are huge. And you see the box there where you keep the food so like the bear doesn't get to it if you're doing a picnic. I don't know. Now, this guy obviously ended up having some broken ribs. But speaking of jackass and not being able to defend yourself, I mean, this guy can't even run. He's got the suspenders on. He's making it around, and bang! I mean, this looks like Jackass Forever with John. Look at him. I mean, he's upside down. And now this guy lived to tell the story, but he broke some ribs. He's got a pretty good, attitude about it. He was there with his grandkids. But if I may. Yeah, that shit's real right there. Now, that's not AI. So, I mean, this guy ends up going, and it's out there. I don't need to play the whole thing, but you can imagine that this doesn't turn out pretty good. But, the bison's out there minding his own business. And this guy wants to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. And he ends up going head over heels. And I guarantee you, that's like 10 feet. And I don't know who you are or, what age you might be, but your body's out of control. And regardless of what age you are, unless you just land in something soft on your back, like a pro wrestling style bump, you're going to be fucked up. Yeah. And if you're elderly and you haven't been taking care of yourself, and this guy I don't think is in the best shape in the world, chances are something's going to be broken. And usually people break their fall with their hands and they hurt their wrist or whatever. I mean, it can happen. It's just natural. Look at me. I would have climbed a tree. Maybe. I mean, when you're in that moment, I don't know, if you're just thinking like, I need to get away, you start climbing a tree slowly. The bison catches up to you. I mean, you only got a few moments. Maybe don't fuck with like 3,000-pound animals or however big this thing is. Don't go out to Yellowstone without some bear mace. Maybe. I mean, these are, it's a picnic area. Yeah. And I understand that, but aren't they supposed to stay in the car? I mean, I think you're allowed to go out of the car, but if you see a giant bison out there, anybody have bison burgers? They're actually pretty good. But I mean, chances are I probably wouldn't fuck with it. That's just me. I mean, call me crazy. I mean, I know people out there are saying I'm losing. Only a person is saying I'm losing my mind. There's only one person, Jim, out there that doesn't sound sane, and it's not me. It's actually two, you and Salty Pancakes. But, the fact of the matter is, I don't think I would mess with any kind of an animal like that. I just go in the car and lock the car. And if that thing gets through a window or gets through the car door somehow, then it is what it is. But, bison meat's a bomb. You like that? I like it too. I used to get bison burger. Actually had bison burger when I was at that Amarillo, what's it called? Now I'm forgetting the name of it. The Big Texan. That's right. Ooh, that's hardcore, man. That's hardcore. That guy's, he's lucky he's not dead. So, a little soft piece of news, nothing really big, something I talk a lot about with Dr. Bailout, but, things are getting bad in Vegas. They're saying that the homeless scenario's gone up 12%. I don't know if that's the case or not, but, they're really trying hard. They're really trying hard to fix this. Well, I'll just show you what it looks like. I mean, that would be the easier thing to do. For people who don't know and haven't ever been there, you're familiar with I'm just talking like maybe, I don't know if Rainbow Melon's never been there, but Las Vegas has got the Las Vegas Strip, and then there's the downtown, the Fremont Street experience. Thank you, Mark, for letting me use your Facebook. But this little tunnel-looking thing, and I've gone live from here before, is the Fremont Street experience. It's the one with the dome over it that's kind of got an LED board. This hotel right here, the one that's, I don't know if you can see the cursor or not, it says the Plaza. That is where I stayed with Jim when he was in Vegas that one time when he's claiming that he wasn't. That's the hotel right there. But I want you to look right here in the bottom right, the one that kind of looks silver. It's being built. It's called the Neonopolis. It's an outdoor shitty mall. I don't know who wants to go to a mall outside. By the way, I ate with Jim and his friend there at a place that was in the corner down here called the Heart Attack Grill. Think I'm making that up? But they're rebuilding this Neonopolis or whatever, and they're expanding it. They're trying to make it an indoor mall. By the way, the Mr. X paperweight brass knucks that are just a prop were purchased in this Neonopolis. But, I mean, it's just like, good luck with it. That place sucks. You're not going to fix that. And if you look at this here, there are casinos on each side. Like this F is Fitzgerald, which is now called something else. They got Fremont. They got Golden Nugget over here on the left. That's where Watcher Crazy was pretending that she was staying at. This is like the older strip, and then a lot of the courthouse and legal stuff is here on the left. But Plaza at the end, you know, I think I would just time just to let that mall go. I don't think that's going to do very well. But Bob, you know, when he talks about staying on the, you know, the South Point, it's completely the opposite side of the strip, you know, going completely to the South Point. That's the North Point. So, yeah, I would probably let that go. That's just me. But you want to put money into it. There was a movie theater in there at one point. Didn't work. I said in the newsletter that it was a San Diego police officer that has a little friend. I was wrong. This is not a San Diego police officer. This is an Anaheim police officer. And this is, you know, people talk about, you know, Anaheim being rough these days and it kind of being dangerous. Well, I want to show you what this Anaheim police officer was doing while this shenanigans was going on. Look at the Anaheim police officer. Look at it. He's got a little friend in the back. He's taking a lunch break, and he's got a little squirrel friend. Look at how happy that little squirrel friend is. Everybody's getting this police officer, pretty muscular guy, right? He's eating his lunch, and he gives a little peanut to the squirrel, and this squirrel friend comes in. This looks somewhere near like downtown Disney. He's just getting his little, you know, I don't want to bother you during the lunchtime. He's like a Disney princess. Look at that little squirrel looking up at that man. Look at him. It's very cute. Little dog squirrel. He's back. So, yeah, this is the kind of crimes that are going on here in Anaheim. It's so dangerous down there that the squirrel is going to eat his lunch with a police officer. Now, where was this police officer when people were following the Mr. X around the Anaheim Convention Center? Now he's coming up and he's crawling onto the police officer and he's becoming a friend. He's hungry. They become a lot like the Qualock, what the hell that thing's called. When there's food around, they become very friendly when there's food around. So, talked about the Paramount bidding war. My phone lines are open, 310-741-0845. I'm going to come back here on camera here in a second. But you're welcome to call in. Oh, my God. It won't last long. That's right. Cute little devil one was hungry. Just wanted food. Didn't do nothing. I think I caught up DG here in the super stickers. She was the last one. Yes. Bring it up, monkey. There it is. We talked about her in the cheerleading earlier. So, yeah, she was the last super sticker. I'm counting 17. I hope that's the right number. Let me know if I'm wrong, Texas Granny. Phone lines are open. Let me grab that phone and then put my Mr. X stuff back on here. I've been looking for bunkers. The bunker I was going to get for the movie recently did not end up working out. It's not going to work out. So I've been looking, bunkers and all that. Remember, who else disappeared who was that older lady that used to do all the hardcore pranks? Joy Perry. Remember Joy Perry? We haven't heard from her in a long time. And I'm surprised she's not over here, but maybe she just kind of got out of it. That's right. Phone lines are open. It seems like the signals are going pretty good. I don't have it hardwired in. I'm doing everything off Wi-Fi today like I used to do in the past, and it seems like everything's going okay. But I deleted a lot of cookies off this computer, so maybe that's helping too. But I've been looking for, a house with a bunker in it, or just, somebody who has got a bunker available. And believe it or not, out not too far from where Joy Perry lives, Marriott Hotels has a house called The Bunker. And it's like $700 a night. And it's just, Joshua Tree, desert. I'm sure it's a 6 guest rooms, 3 bathrooms. 6 total guests, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. Like just, an average size house. $750 a night. Up to, $1,000 a night. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, if it's minimum 2 nights. So it's like, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Joshua Tree is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But if it's, let's just say I get a Sunday, Monday, and the total amount of nights are $1,500 between 2 nights. Okay. And it's got a bunker, and this place is called The Bunker. Okay. That would be legit. Wait, I thought it was going to be some underground bunker. Looks like somebody's fucking basement. That's not a bunker. This is bullshit. I'm not paying $750 for that and going way out there in the middle of nowhere. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, I just had a call come in, and I tried to bring up the call, and then the call hung up. I don't know who it was. Well, call back. But yeah, $750 for that? I wouldn't even be able to use that. Looks like somebody's basement. Oh, a nice looking house. Where's the bunker entrance? I don't know. Fake cactus? And minimum 2 nights. Yeah, I'm good. Fuck that. I got to find a real bunker, not this bullshit here. Okay, we're getting a call in here. I think I know who it is. Oh, there we go. Hold on. It's coming up. Phone's slow. I got to get a new phone sooner or later. What's up? You're live. Are you there? Hello. Is it Steffi? Who is it? Can you hear me? You got 2 seconds. 1001, 1002, and you're gone. Well, not me. I don't know what's going on. It ain't me. I didn't do nothing. How about this? I'll call you back. Steffi got very mad at the Mr. X the other day. Calling you back. Now it hung up. All right, we tried. I don't know what's going on there. Just having a problem. Did you pay your phone bill? Okay, let's try it one last time because now I'm starting to get annoyed. And it just hung up. It rang like once and then it hung up. You got to get your shit together. Okay, because I'm starting to get very annoyed and I'm getting close to just shutting the phone off. Okay, all right, try it one last time. Here we go. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fuck.
I had it hooked to my speaker and it wouldn't unhook.
Okay, well, good. We got to figure it out. What's going on?
It was hooked to the speaker and giving me a problem. Yeah, it was just giving me a little. I'm good.
What's new there?
What's new? I'm just going through stuff, cleaning, putting in my unemployment thing, and I help over at the So I've
Okay.
been keeping really busy.
Good. Anything else new? I mean, I heard you got mad at me or something.
No, I'm not mad. I'm good.
You're not mad. It sounded like
No,
you were mad in one of those emails you sent me recently.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, people are starting to worry about you. I mean, we don't know if you were smoking or you were high or.
No, I'm not high. I only smoke when I go to bed. That's it.
Why? Why smoke at
Why?
all?
Because it helps me sleep for now.
You know what else could help you sleep?
Going
to the gym and having like a real heavy workout.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, that'll make you sleep
somebody-
pretty good if you
well,
sweat a lot.
When I go live, somebody can give me the money to join a gym, but I do the gym at home right now because it's financially easier.
Sure. Well,
Yes.
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to pay for your gym membership. I don't think that's how it works. But you know,
Yeah.
I mean, people pay for the Mr. X being here, but that's very kind of them. I've also been doing it for 4 years too. But and I'm thousands of shows. I've probably done 1,000 shows. I've been on 1,000 shows.
Oh, I know.
Wearing this mask and washing this mask and talking to people and getting harassed and being called every name. So, but yeah. That's right.
Mhm. I'm good.
Okay, I understand.
Everything's great.
Well,
Yeah,
what did you
I'm good.
call in for? What's going on? Why are you calling in?
Why am I calling in?
Yeah. Are you calling me? What's up?
Oh, just wanted to say, hey, your show's great. And I wanted to tell Johnny, I'm going to be dressing up in anime, and it takes hours to put together the face and everything, and the hair, the wig, and the whole outfit. I'm going to go to my storage and get it.
Okay. What is the anime character that you're dressing up as?
Sailor Moon.
Oh, I remember Sailor Moon. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And I just want to say what a wonderful show. And I'm going to just hang up and get out of here.
Well, hold on. Why not go back to the brothel?
Excuse me?
Go back and yeah, I'm not saying you work there, but like go back and like, you work the door, you work the bar.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that again, but I would try, I could go down there and see if I can get, something going.
Well, I mean, you live there, not me. I mean, this should be like, there's a lot of options. I mean, it's not like that town.
What I'm going to do is I'll go down to the chicken ranch and both of them. I'm going to hit both of them.
What is the other one called?
Huh?
What is the other one? There's Chicken Ranch, and what's the other one?
Sherry's Ranch.
Sherry's Ranch. Okay, I never even heard of that one. Chicken Ranch is the kind of famous one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
They got better bathrooms too.
What is that? What do you mean bathrooms? Just like I don't
just
understand.
regular bathrooms. They look nice. They just look fancy and nice, what you would expect in a brothel. But the bathrooms, I worked at Sherry's. The bathrooms over there, they look like something from a gas station. And it's not just me; it's other customers who said that.
Let me ask you this: what do because you could go on these websites for either one of them and see what women work there. What do the dudes? What do the customers look like that come in there? Are they just old, disgusting dudes?
No, we get famous people. We get people of all, it's just amazing. You just get all walks of life. And we get couples coming. They had brought their therapist in, and they had intimacy problems, and the therapist helped them work through it, and they hired a working girl, beautiful, and they worked through their intimacy problems.
So how does this work? Just without getting too graphic, because it's YouTube, but how do you have a working girl help you with your intimacy problems? She joins in? Like, what happens?
I asked the therapist what it is it was like they worked it out through the I guess it would be like both of them, the girl showing her how to be more intimate with the guy, and then she would also say, like the working girl would say, this is what she wants, and it would be like she was like the collaborator between the two couple to help them. And I thought that was amazing. What was amazing also is the girl who was the working girl went to school for therapy, and that made it even better because she knew what she was doing.
I bet. I mean, it sounds, if you I'm thinking that, and call me old fashioned, that if you need to take your girlfriend or a wife to a brothel, then probably the relationship isn't, unless like everybody wants this, because let's say the relationship's not working out and you decide to go to a brothel together for therapy. I have a feeling that probably the relationship's isn't meant to be or wasn't going to work out anyway.
Exactly. That's how I felt, but I kept my mouth shut and just smiled and said, okay.
There is a new genre in the adult scene called fucked up therapists too. I mean, that's like, and it always turns into, you could probably guess what. So maybe that's some kind of new fetish or some bullshit that I'm not aware of. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you said famous people come there. Give me a name of somebody that you've seen there that's been famous.
We heard that Eminem was there.
Eminem, who is probably he could walk into Las Vegas Strip, walk down and get any chick that he wants. He was there.
That's what I heard, but I don't know. I wasn't there and I did not see.
Wow. Okay.
I think, it's like I'd never seen anyone famous in there,
I mean, not even somebody like semi-famous, like a Pauly Shore or something like that. Like somebody like him, like Pauly Shore, he's older now. And just in theory, maybe chicks that are in their 20s or 30s, they don't know who the fuck he is. The whole buddy thing was probably before most of them were born. And you get a situation where like Eminem, I believe if Eminem were to walk down like the casino in the Wynn or the Bellagio or into a club, he would probably have no problem finding a decent looking woman. Like, unless he just doesn't want to be fucked with and there was somebody there that he liked.
Yeah.
So that seems to be Kathy Fagan went to one for a bachelor party?
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, that's what I want to know. What else you got?
What else do I got? Well, I've been just cleaning up and reading a lot of books. I've been reading a lot of books.
Okay. What are you reading? I'm going to let you go.
Okay. I've been reading, it's by Morg, and I've been reading all his books. I'm on the third one.
Who the fuck is Morg?
It's to deal with a different thought process of making your life better.
Okay. Well, good. Good. You're heading in the right direction.
Yes, I am.
All right,
And
now
I
get out of
just-
here. Let me send you in the right direction on your way out of here.
All right. Bye-bye.
Get out of here. Like George Carlin says, if you need a self-help book, did you really need the help? You're already helping yourself. Why do you need the book? I don't know. That's what people say. I don't fucking know. Phone lines are still open here. I got some other stuff. You know, how much longer until this FIFA bullshit is over? Is this over yet? Does anybody give a fuck? Not me. Sick of it. The other thing, too, is we were talking about Paramount earlier, Paramount Studios. They want to reboot, Paramount does, and they're working with the fucker. They're working with the widow of Wes Craven for making another reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street. It'd be the third time. And I'm like, who the fuck is looking for a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street? I mean, that was, wasn't really, they weren't expecting much out of the first one. Then it became kind of a thing, and that's fine. But who really is clamoring for a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot without Wes Craven? The legend. He's dead. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what reboots suck? What reboot has been done that's been good? And I started putting some thought into this. Yeah, that's what I said, Rainbow Melon. There's kind of like these, I always talk about different levels of seeing a movie. Like, I'm going to see it the first day. I probably would go see it as a matinee, but, I'm not going to pay full price. Then there is, I'll wait till streaming. And then it's like, if it was on at the gym, it's playing up on a TV, I'm not even watching it. I'll just watch something on YouTube. Like, I'm not interested at all. I wouldn't even watch it if it was in front of me. And that's what I think about a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street. But I started thinking about, like, what reboots have been successful? And I couldn't fucking think of anything. And so the main one that came to my mind was Batman Begins. Batman Begins is the main reboot that I could think of. But it's Batman. That's a pretty, Batman's much bigger than Nightmare on Elm Street or Freddy Krueger. Obviously, another reboot that you've Casino Royale, James Bond. That's another big intellectual piece of property, intellectual property. And Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I would argue that all three of those properties are much bigger than Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not even close. So, I don't know. They keep trying to do this stuff over and over again. It's just fucking bad. And then meanwhile, I guess Paramount's not listening that much. Movies like Obsession or Backrooms, those are the ones that are making money. Weapons, same company who did Weapons, which is its own original, like, they're going to do the reboot. And I believe that the reason they do these reboots is this. You already know what Nightmare on Elm Street is, so it doesn't really need marketing as much. Who's going to play the new Freddy Krueger? Just like when they rebooted Hellraiser with a woman. Who the fuck went and saw that shit? Nobody. Just bullshit. I don't know. It's not what I'm into. Yeah, Batman Begins is the only is like the most successful reboot that I can think of. And they did 3 movies, but it's Batman. It's like tough to beat. So Raven is here. Hey, hot piece, Raven. That's right. So anyway, phone line's still open. I'm going to stay on here a little bit longer. I'm going to come off camera because it's getting hot in here. It's summertime. My glasses are fogging up. Anybody's welcome to come in or call in. I think I got through all my news, so that's good. Texas Granny's always welcome to call in too. If you got any updates, anything that you would like to say to the Mr. X, we'll take the calls there. If not, I got a lot of work to do before Wednesday. Should be interesting to see what happens. You know, one way or another, I just hope that no matter what, it's done and behind. It's over with. You know, I mean, obviously you want to win and you hope to win. Kathy Fagan coming in, $20 for the squirrel, laugh out loud. She likes a little squirrel in Anaheim. I wish I knew where that squirrel was at. I'd like to go meet him. I'd like to meet that one. Very cute. Take off your mask. Take off these nuts in your mouth. Never taken off the mask. I mean, you know, everybody can say who the Mr. X is, but at what point is my anonymity? I think how that's going to be said on Wednesday is when does that become private? Done 1,000 shows, never done one without a mask. You know, that's how it works. All right, I was on the edge. I was on the edge for it, but I got to do it. I got to do it because I got a sickness. I'm going to make a call. You guys are just going to have to stick with me on this. You know, I said I wouldn't do it, but the itch is becoming too much. Hold on, I'm setting it up. Mr. X 15-year anniversary show, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm still going by then. For a while, I thought somebody was going to shoot me. I thought that was going to happen. But then I realized, you know, like after so many veiled threats and nothing came through, these people are so broke, like these haters, and they're such pussies. Like I was like, they'll never show up anywhere I'm at. I mean, they'll send a process server, but they won't show up, and they won't actually ever show up. I'm not inviting them to, but okay, hold on. I'm going to make a quick call here. I'm a concerned citizen. You know what I mean? I'm concerned about what's going on here. And, you know, I'm concerned about, hold on. I'm trying to get the thing correct. I misspelled something. Fuck. Okay. I'm working on it now. A special, I don't know if this is going to be so much of a hardcore prank, but just more like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. Are you ready?
Thank you for calling your friendly Granada Hills Vons. Using your touch-tone telephone, make a selection from the following choices, or stay on the line and your call will automatically transfer to our customer service desk. For store hours and location information, press 1. For our bakery, press 2. For our deli, press 3. For our floral department,
2.
One moment, please.
See what's going on here. The elevator music. I've heard this song so many times. Trying to get the bakery on the phone. Anybody picking up? This might be the one department that doesn't pick up. Might just have to hang up and call back. I wouldn't pick up if I was them. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, Texas Grand. They're bad. I didn't do nothing.
Thank you for calling your friendly Granada Hills Vons. Using your touch-tone telephone, make a selection from the following choices, or stay on the line and your call will automatically transfer to our customer service desk.
That's what I'm looking for.
For store hours and location information, press 1.
We won't want
For
that.
our bakery, press 2.
That's where the
For
incident
our
happened.
deli, press 3.
No.
For our floral department, press 4. For our pharmacy, press 5.
No.
For our produce department, press 6.
No.
For our meat department, press
I got
7.
my own meat.
For customer service, press 8. For our home shopping department, press 9. One moment, please.
Pick up. Oh, fuck. Yeah, hard to get anybody on the phone. Nobody wants to pick up these days. You got to find, then, being careful. Talking quick sentences. I'm probably not going to pick up at all. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. There's nobody working in this fucking state? Might have to call a different department. We'll wait another 10 seconds. Yeah, don't forget, it is 8 p.m. at night. You call like a bakery or something like that. Floral department, nobody's around. People are probably gone by 5. I mean, it's how it is in LA. Everybody leaves at like 4 p.m. And there's like just only the automatic registers open. All right, let's try one more time. Fucker won't pick up. Yeah. They're real slow to do anything, like covering up that body.
Thank you for calling your friendly Granada Hills
Friendly.
Bonds.
Yes.
Using your touch-tone telephone, make a selection from the following
So
choices,
friendly they didn't even
or
take the
stay on
body out for
line
4
and your
hours.
call will automatically transfer to our customer service desk. For store hours and location information, press 1. For our bakery, press
Not
2.
them.
For our deli, press 3. For our floral department, press 4. For our pharmacy, press 5. For our produce department, press 6. One moment, please. Thank you for calling the Vaughn's Pharmacy, located on Balboa Boulevard in San Fernando Mission in Granada Hills.
That's
Please
it.
note our pharmacy is closed for
What, everybody's closed? Nobody fucking works? This is fucking ridiculous. All right, we're going to try it one more time. I'm striking out here like I did on Friday with the calls.
Thank you for calling your friendly Granada Hills Vaughn's. Using your touch-tone telephone,
I'm going to go straight to 8.
One moment, please.
Hurry up. I'm fucking picking up here. I remember during the pandemic when everybody was getting unemployment, it would take like an hour and a half to get somebody on the phone from the California unemployment during the pandemic. And this fucking music played over and over. I was hearing this song like in my sleep. Then there was a company out there during the pandemic where if you couldn't get through, you could pay like $20 to this company and they would connect you. And I was like, are you kidding me? You got to fucking pay to get connected? Or sometimes you'd be on the phone for 2 hours and it would just hang up. It was ridiculous. But I remember hearing this song so much. And I was getting the max, you know. In fact, I think they owed me like $4 or $5 grand back. Eventually, I got those fuckers on the phone. I mean, these guys are as hard to get on the phone as the unemployment office. But then again, it is 8:30 at night. Yeah, it sucked. All right, go fuck yourself. All right, we tried. You know, nobody's perfect. You know, I mean, what am I expecting? A place that left a body out there for 4 hours to hurry up and pick up? No. Fucking Vaughn's. So Johnny Yarbrough's show tomorrow night. You know what? On Wednesday, closing money. What was that? What does that mean? We'll read off some super stickers. Phone lines are open here. I got through all my news. Most bakeries close early. Yeah, I know. Yeah. California sucks since COVID. Everywhere closes at 7 or 8. I've had my food early and have to reheat it. Available for the... Yeah. That's how that works. Things close down here fast. It's not like Vegas where it's open all night. I wish it was. I like when things stay open longer. Yeah, that's right. Phone lines open, call in. That's right. And while we're waiting for that, we'll go through the list. I think this is the beginning of it. We'll double check it here in a second here. Rainbow Melon coming in $1.49. Rainbow Melon coming in $1.99. Texas Granny coming in $1.99. Thank you. Texas Granny coming in $1.99 again. It is Barbara Buffalo coming in 99 cents. Thank you, Barbara Buffalo again. Adele coming in $2.79 Canadian. Mean Green coming in $5 US. There's Johnny Yarbrough tomorrow with the show. Gay J, SBS, S9B. Miss Texas, who came in a bunch of other ways. She comes in here. Same as Kathy Fagan, coming a couple different ways, $9.99. There's Mixed Texas again, $10. It's Texas Granny, who's come in a few times. It's Rainbow Melon, who's also come in a few times, 99 cents. It's Miss Texas again. They're coming in one after another. And now Kathy Fagan. It's like a race. And then, of course, Destiny, who's come in over there on the, I think she came in on the Venmo. But thank you for all those, 17 of them. Let me check that Rainbow Melon was the first one, because we had that issue. I don't know if we got figure that out or not, Texas Granny, but where in the YouTube studio, there were people that were sending money in before the show, and they're like, Mr. X, why didn't you read it? And I'm like, well, I didn't fucking see it. It didn't pop up in the StreamYard. So, man, this whole thing with the Trump thing and the Iran, man, I was hoping this would be over already, but this thing just continues to drag on for whatever reason. I don't even know why, but some people believe the government, some people do not. Have they ever shown this whole scenario of like, hey, this is where the nuclear weapons are at or being stored or being created? Have they ever even shown that? I don't know. Maybe you've seen it. I don't know if I have. But then again, I'm not looking that much. Okay, so we said Rainbow Melon was the first to come in at what time? $2.11, $1.49. That should be the first one. So I'm looking at it right now just to double check it. That way I don't miss anybody. I think we got everybody. Today is the 13th. So I got to do this all manually. So I see Texas Granny came in, Rainbow Melon, Rainbow. So it looks like there were two, Texas Granny and Rainbow Melon. There were two, 99 cents each before. And the last one of last show was Black Cat from Australia, $29.99. So, okay. So that makes sense. So there were actually two before the first Rainbow Melon. So you can actually get that up to 19 different super sticker super chats overall. Okay. Now, good. We got that figured out. I mean, geez. Oh, we got another one. So actually make it to 20. And speaking of that, I just said her name. Black Cat, $7.99. There it is, Australia, taking our total of 20 different super stickers. Now, I know some hater out there is probably going to say, well, it's only 4 people. Yeah. Whatever. I think it's more than that. But I'm happy that people are here no matter what. So let's go over this again one more time. I sound like a school teacher. Please do not be involved in anything that is going on Wednesday. I normally don't say this, but don't watch any shows that are covering it. Do not be involved. Do not get into chats. Do not get into anything. I'm sure there will be shows that cover it after it's all over, and they're going to say things, we got them to spend money, and then we're going to say, this is what happened here. You know, let me say this up front, that regarding this specific case, this thing is it's been more of an annoyance than anything. And I think that was the overall goal of it. But there's something specifically I want to state about this, and then I will follow up with about this later. I think it was July 7th. Something happened on July 7th that makes this a little bit less of a burden. That's all I'm going to say. I just want to make sure I got the date exactly right. So when I talk about this again for the final time of, here's what happened, yada, 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 you will know that I said the date up front. July 1st. So there was an incident that happened on July 1st. And I will share what this incident is after this is over, that you could figure it out. So, Mr. Expose You, check your PayPal, says, okay. So July 1st, there was an incident that happened. Remember, I stated today on the 13th that there was an incident that happened on July 1st regarding this. And I will talk about what that incident is when this is all said and done. Probably either on Thursday or Friday, depending on what's going on throughout the week. We'll see how that works out. We got 2 more coming in. I'm glad you said something, Texas Granny. It's Amanda from Australia. We just talked about Black Cat. Now Amanda's coming in, $20. Thank you, Amanda. She's here. I didn't see her in the chat, though, but she's around. And then, of course, happy Monday, Mr. X. It's Allie coming in. Thank you, Allie. It's $10. So we got that as well. Did I mention Texas Granny for $20 earlier in the show? I don't know if I did, but I did. Maybe I did. Yes, that was it. And then it goes back to last week from there. So those are the 3 new ones today. We mentioned the Venmo. We're caught up. There she is. Welcome, Mr. X. Amanda make a lot of money. Hi and bye from everybody from Australia. She's in and out of here. Is Amanda married? Does Amanda have children? I mean, there's a lot of questions about Amanda. I mean, she's in Australia, so we never really know. I don't think we've actually ever spoke to her. I think I spoke to her in emails. We don't know how. I know a lot about the different. I know a little bit about Kathy Fagan. I know a little bit about Steffi. Don't know a whole lot about Allie. Know a little bit about Texas Granny. She's in the bushes, she says. Don't know a whole lot about, and maybe that's by design. Don't know a lot about Miss Texas either. I don't know if Miss Texas is married or have kids. Raven, I don't know a whole lot about. Now, some of these people are probably smart to not share things. I don't know a whole lot about Donkey Dick, either. Black Cat, I don't know a whole lot about. Rainbow Melon, Mean Green, Rainbow Melon, a little bit more. Yeah. Exclusive X. I got a good job. She's making good money. Yeah, she works. You're not a data assistant entry person? And we got a new person in here, Mashu Trashona. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know who that is. That might be some kind of a way to dox somebody. Rainbow Melon, can you give me a quick call before we take off here? I want to hear from you. If you could, call in Rainbow Melon, 310-741. You know just enough. Yeah, I know just enough about Allie. That's right. There she is. I know that's a beautiful place if that's your backyard. I don't know if it is or not, but I just want to double check on something with Rainbow Melon. I gave too many. Well, I mean, now if you guys aren't over there with Jim and you're not paying $30 a month, you know what I'm going to say. It's like, yeah, I kept thinking about that. Somebody said that to me. Even if Jim was making $1,000 a game, how much money did he lose in the last month? And I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't blow it up. I wasn't me. Wasn't me doing it. So right now she's training on Bondi Beach with me. There's no beach near you, Mean Green. Unless you want to count Lake Erie. I don't even know if I've ever even seen Lake Erie in person. I don't know. I'm going to make some calls then. If people aren't calling me, I'm going to start calling out. I don't know if I got her number. I see West Virginia. I see some blocked numbers. I see Gina in Minnesota. I found it. I bet you she don't pick up. Oh, she's calling me. Are you there?
Hey, Mr. X.
Yeah,
hey,
you're okay. What's up? So, I mean, let me ask you this real quick. I just want to get straight to the point.
Okay.
Is everything okay between you and me, Green, or what's going on here?
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know if there was heat. I mean, you guys are both nice ladies, and I didn't want to see any kind of fighting or anything. Is everything okay? Are you guys good?
As far as I know,
Okay.
What? No, something happened. I don't know.
No. Just after that last show, there was, kind of an abrupt thing. And then, I don't know, somebody on a different channel. I don't know if it was Jim. I don't know. I just heard this. And I know how you are. I mean, I know people don't tell you what to do, but that they were telling you to go over there to fight with her, or something goofy like that. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get it out there. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think Rainbow Melon would do that. So.
No, I did a couple shows this morning. I did a recorded show.
Yeah.
And I mentioned Mean Green, Kathy, and you.
Yeah.
And they were all in you guys' favor. I just told the truth on how I felt. It was about Jim talking about my dad again and pulling the plug. You know, that nonsense.
Yeah.
So, I just did a couple of videos this morning. Other than that, I don't know. Me and Green are fine.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Okay. Because,
fine.
Because I get these emails and, from people, and I hear bits and pieces of people, and I'm like, well, I haven't spoke to you yet. So I figure, why not just get it out? And I didn't think that there was any issue. I mean, I haven't spoke to Mean Green either, but, I just wanted to catch up and see what's wrong.
We can have disagreements. Doesn't mean it's a war or anything.
Right.
We're still chatting in a chat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
and here's the thing. Everything that happened on Johnny's show the other day, that was not to be anti her, because it was actually to try to help her. Because she might have a little bit less experience with this YouTube weirdo stuff than we do, and maybe she knows it too. I don't know, but.
Yeah, maybe so. But, I don't know. I think we're okay, Mean Green. I mean,
yeah, she just said in the chat, I'm good with Rainbow Melon. Yeah.
My number's available. Anybody can text me.
Well, look at you. You can't pick up a phone call?
Well, Mr. X, you told me to get another phone. Remember that when I was doing shows? You said, Rainbow Melon, get another phone. And I did. I took your advice.
Oh, well, you sound much better, whatever you did. Sometimes these people come in with their earpieces. They're on in a car phone. And it just never sounds right. So.
Yeah, it's that Bluetooth.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's swell.
Okay, good.
Anything else for me?
No, that's it. I was just curious. So did Jim reach out to you? Is that true, or is that bullshit?
What do you mean he reached out to
Did
me?
he call you recently and tell you to have you? When's the last time you spoke to Jim?
I remember I talked to you, Mr. X, and I said it's been a while.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to Jim in a while. I think he did a show the other day, and he said something about speaking to me or something.
Yeah, and I didn't hear it. So, again, I don't want to get it right, but that's why I'm just asking you directly. We're on the air, we're live here, yada, yada, yada.
No, I mean, no.
Okay.
Okay,
And
Mr. X, I don't know what to say.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna let you go. Get out of
Bye.
here. All right, bye. I'm seeing that there's also a message too about Allie sent me an email. I do not see an email from Allie. I see some stuff from Texas Granny, which I'm going to read that right now, but I don't know what email address. You're still live here. You there? She never hung up. Okay, I hung up on her. I don't know. Ignore mine. I don't know. Well, I'm looking at yours now, so I've already read off what you said. Steffi talking about a Tom Petty song. Okay, I see that. Super stickers. I missed the first two. Okay, I think I read those off, though. And then Miss Texas coming in, $10. Kathy Fagan. Okay, so I think I read off all of those. Texas Granny came in $9.99. I read those off. Allie, I do not see what email address did you email, Allie? Because I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I've already read that off. Good. Mr. Expose You. You have that email address? I'm surprised. I've never given out that email ever. Okay. Okay, hold on. Bring that one up. That one, surprised you emailed that one. There is nothing on that email address. There is no Mr. Expose You email address. It's Mr. X is not loose scunt at gmail.com. I don't know which one. Okay. Let's see if it's in spam. Allie, this would be the email address that I would have you send it to, whatever you're sending. Give me a second here and I'll put it up. I have no idea where you're I mean, you can always call in and make it a lot easier. This is the email address you should be sending things to. The old Jim Terry TV gifts one I have, but whatever you say you're sending it to, like there is no Mr. Expose You email. I mean, you guys don't know what the one is for that because I've never made it public. So, yeah, send it to Mr. X is not loose skunk before we wrap it up here in the next like minute or two, and I'll read it off. Or you could just call in. Donkey Dick Mean Green says, Donkey Dick, I talked to the state police. No one was ever sent to my home. They didn't feel it was necessary, and the caller was questionable. That's right. And this is the email address, Mr. X is not loose skunt at gmail.com. That's right. So, Allie, hurry up, because I'm about to wrap it up here in a couple minutes. And there's no more phone calls, and we got through everything. We got through what we got through. Always hoping for a prank or two, too. But, you know, some of these subject matters, people dropping babies and stuff have been pretty hardcore. What's going on, Allie? I don't fucking understand. Like, you're if something's important enough to say I'm going to send an email, then you didn't send the email. I mean, what the fuck is going on? And I'd rather it be on air and have me could deal it for here while you got my full attention than it to be off air when I'm getting involved with something else on Wednesday. You know what I mean? So that's how I prefer it. Yeah, I got like 3 or 4 email addresses, and I don't see any of them. Now, we're good. It's in the bath. I'm in the bathroom. Okay, well, good. Then that's it then. I've gotten through everything. Let me say my plea one last time here. Please do not be involved. Do not re-record. Do not disseminate any kind of news information about this case on Wednesday. I'm not saying what time it is. Everybody knows it's Wednesday. It's been talked about it for months, for a month since it was pushed back. Do not get involved. Do not go into that room. You know, nobody's doing any favors for me. I'm not asking anybody to record it or disseminate it. Anybody who does that is 100% on their own. Let me clearly state that this judge has said that is a crime for doing that. You're not helping me by doing that. If you're doing that, it's actually harming me. Anybody who would do that, I would assume is somebody who is not a friend of mine in any way. They're doing it to try to be spiteful and is on the other side, is trying to help the other side. So let me clearly state, do not be involved in that. Do not get yourself to be involved in that in any way, any shape, any form. I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night on Johnny Yarborough's show. Thank you, everybody who's come in. Thank you, Mean Green. I'm glad you guys got all that figured out. And I'll see you tomorrow. Johnny Yarborough's, I think it's his 50th birthday. He made it to 50. There was no question, Eric Murphy, that Watcher's real name was in the watch along, and that she said that she took screenshots of the thing. Not only do we have, the court, I obviously don't have a screenshot of the court recording, but there was proof that they could go back and look that her name was in there. And then we sent the proof to them that she said that she was taking screen grabs and she was in there. So that's already been sent in to them. They could do what they want with it. Good luck on Wednesday. Great night to everybody. Thank you, Miss Texas. Good night to everybody. I have a feeling if things go our way, you might have something really fun coming along on Thursday or Friday. And then after Thursday or Friday, the show's a little bit more chill compared to what we've done here in the past. But after Thursday or Friday, or the next Monday show should be really good with all the stuff that's someone coming. Oh, yeah, we know she's a liar. I mean, there's no question about that. She's a bold-faced liar. And let's not forget, too, Jim's claimed that he had some website that was going to be up and ready on August 1st about her. Her son was going to get out or something like that. I don't know if that's true. Johnny Yarborough tomorrow. There's Johnny's show. Look for that to be set up. Join us over there on Johnny Yarborough's 50th birthday party celebration tomorrow, Tuesday night. It's either going to be 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific. Figure out where you're out in the country and you do the math. We will see you real soon. Thank you for everybody who came in. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Almost another 3 hours. Mr. X News Network. 1 month of shows here on YouTube. We'll see you soon, hopefully on Thursday or Friday. If not, we're going to see you tomorrow on Johnny Yarborough Show. Thanks so much. See you guys in a bit.
Thank you for watching Mr. X News Network. Are you still here? I told you. It's time to die.
It's time to die. It's a quote from a Chuck Norris movie. Don't get it twisted. I will see you. It is Chuck Norris, Invasion USA. There it is. We'll see you there. Johnny Yarborough tomorrow night. Peace.